A kind day to you all. I'm Mark.
And I'm Violeta.
And I'm angry. I think you can hear why I'm angry. Because allergies are kicking my ass. I think I put it in Discord. Like, there's an angry pack of 5-year-olds out there. And they have sticks. And they are assaulting my sinuses like they would a piñata.
Unfortunately, it's not necessarily just allergies.
Yeah, I think I am actually.
And
sick.
Also, unfortunately, I have come down with whatever that other thing is.
Yeah. Apologies.
It's okay. I told you and I meant it. I didn't care as long as I got to be with my beloved.
Yeah.
It was good enough. It does mean that I can't project a whole bunch, so this is as loud as I'm gonna get, most likely. And obviously you can hear Kin's gravelly, dulcet tones.
Oh, yeah.
And that lovely cough. And you'll probably hear me sniffling over here.
Apologies
that's
to
just
any...
how it's going to be, I'm afraid.
Any misophoniacs out there are going to have a rough day today.
I'm sorry.
Is that the word for that?
I don't
think
know.
That's the word for that.
What were you trying to...
Misophonia is the... I don't know if it's like a disorder or just a mental trait or something. It's if you hate, like, if it causes physical discomfort.
To hear someone, coughing or something?
Like certain sounds. Because for some people, the crinkling of aluminum foil or something.
Or like this, is
or
that
the
like
nails
this
on
nails
chalkboard.
on chalkboard? Okay.
Like everyone has something to that effect. There are certain people though that like, it's
like actual physiological cringe ow reaction. I get that way with certain pitches.
Yeah, like there's some people that absolutely hate the sound of someone chewing food, and they have to like leave the room.
Yeah. So we're sorry if coughing and sniffling and such is your thing.
You may want to skip this stream if that's you.
You might want to skip this stream.
Because I don't feel well and I'm coughing up a lung. So thankfully, as far as I can tell, it hasn't like settled into my chest yet. It's all here. So
hopefully it won't settle in his chest.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't settle in mine either. Let's see. Sheil is here.
Cheers.
Hiya, and my friend is streaming Sims 4 on console. And today I had to ban or time out at least 3 or so people.
Yeah, jeez.
Yikes. Pyro is here and just subscribed to Twitch Prime.
Hey.
Subscribed for 10 months in a row.
Cheers, man.
Pyro says, it's been almost a year since I subbed on Twitch. Where did a year go?
I don't know, man.
And also, hiya, internet people.
Yeah,
hello.
I feel like this past year has just flown past at a crazy rate. Like, there are so many things...
Can you believe it's already 5 months into 2018?
Yeah, like, there are so many things that I feel like I've meant to return to working on, you know, for a few weeks. Like, okay, I let a little time creep in, and then I check for, like, certain series the last update, or upload date, rather, for the last episode in said series, and it's like, oh, that was 10 months ago. I'm like, oh, shit!
Real quick, Ghost says, hey y'all, sorry
Hey.
you guys are feeling ill. I'm heading to the gym now, but
Yeah.
if you're still on at 8, I'll be back. Is Escape worth the base money? Because I'm thinking of buying and downloading the whole... Wow, gone.
Absolutely.
Yes. Because we know you, specifically you,
Yeah.
we know that this game would be good for
Yeah,
you.
'cause this game...
Also, we may or may not still be on at 8, because we're tired. That's why we're streaming right now.
Exactly. I don't know how long my throat can handle staying on air. It's just I wanted to stream something, and this is easy for me.
Yeah.
So that's why we're streaming this. Because I haven't said out loud, as I usually do. We're streaming Escape from Tarkov today. And, yes, because I know this game favors cautious, like... What's the term I'm looking for here? Like, stealth isn't quite the right word, just a tactically minded approach that...
Wait, so you mean I might actually be okay at this game?
Yeah, the gunplay is a little stiff, so you might have a rough go of actually landing shots on people. As far as avoiding people and
Since that's
just,
my MO, is just do not engage.
Avoid conflict, get objectives done, that sort of thing. Like, you would actually probably do just fine at collecting all the loot you need. And Ghost, like, having played so many other games that do also favor a more tactically advantageous approach, yeah, you would do just fine in this game, and it's a fun time. So, just keep in mind that, to my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong here, I hope I'm wrong, I don't think I am, though, they are still planning on at least one, probably a few more server wipes, so, any gains that you make will probably disappear the next time they release a large patch.
But we have so much fun with it, it doesn't really bother us the way it might have otherwise.
It's kind of fun to start from scratch again.
Now that you know.
Yeah, armed with all the new knowledge that I learned the first time around. Like, it's actually sort of a fun thing.
Yeah. Scarlett is here and says, hey guys, I'm getting kind of good at flying the F-15.
Hey.
Fighting with it is a different story. Marcus says, howdy. Hello.
Cheers, matey.
Ghost says, woohoo, I'm going to download it then. If you want to play sometime, let me know. We need to group up.
Heck yeah, man. We gotta get, like, Yumi, Bob, and Noah and just squad roll. Because, like, this game, I enjoy playing it solo. I know, like, for instance, Scarlett really doesn't. He much prefers playing with a group. Yeah. And I'll certainly say...
there's Chuck Norris.
That as a group, your chances of success are far improved. Because combat in this game is extremely lethal. It's one of the most realistic combat sims I've ever seen outside of Arma. And so, numbers win the day, so... let's see here. I have some tasks. Alright, that's just the default thing. Yeah, I haven't played in a few days, so all of my insurance things timed out. That's okay. Anyway...
Pyre says, I has good news. I got the uni accommodation I wanted and basically have my own one-person flat.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Congrats, man.
That's really cool. Scarlett says, speaking of, do you want to squad up this stream?
Not this one, no. I appreciate it. No, just because I don't know how long I'm going to have the ability with my throat feeling the way it does to stream today. Yeah, so I'm just going to take it nice and easy.
And slow. Marcus says, hey Ken, you gonna stream Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out? Because I'd be up for teaming up if you've got it on PS3.
I do have it on PS3. I don't know, that's one that it's on my list to play at some point. It just isn't particularly high on it because there are so many other things I also want to do. So if I do end up playing Red Dead, it's probably a ways out from now.
So 2 might come out before then.
Oh, I'm sure it'll come out prior to me ever playing the first game. If I do, well, not if I do, when I do, as long ahead as that probably is, play them and stream them, etc., I'll do them in order. It's just, I'm probably not going to do it at launch date, you know? So, okay, anyway. What was I doing?
You do seem to have some space.
I do. I might as well.
I don't know. All I know is that you are not kitted at all.
I am not, because I did, the last time I played this in my downtime for about an hour, I did some factory runs, and I got some good stuff. I also lost some stuff, so I need to kind of replenish a little. And I don't know if it's just like I'm not as good as him, because I'm not. I'll fully admit that. I am not getting the same results that Shosho did in his demonstration episode for the TOZ 106 with this new stock that the mechanic offers, because he was dropping people left and right with this thing like clockwork. He made it look easy, and that's just how good he is. Still though, like, I'm not actually getting those results of like one shot to the chest at close range, dropping an unarmored target. It didn't do that when I did that, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Maybe is because you have stats, right?
Yeah, it doesn't affect damage. Oh, jeez. It doesn't affect damage that much. It's mostly just like handling.
I don't know.
So.
Scarlett says, big news for me.
Oh?
Dad gets home from deployment in 5 days.
Hey.
Internal screaming intensifies.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Glad to hear. How long is he out for? Oh, jeez.
Okay, I don't know who he reminds me of, but the Ragman. He looks like somebody to me. I just cannot tell who it is.
Let me take another look at him.
Sheila says, can eat some hot tea with honey and lemon. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Except you don't usually like hot tea. But I can make us hot tea. I have tea. I have tea for a Keurig.
That's right. We never use it for it. We do have.
I do have it though because there's some way up there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit. I forgot I already had a stack up there. Oh well. All right. So, I'm gonna give the TOZ a shot one more time. Oh, pardon me. Because this is super cheap. If you find anything to sell, you're pretty much gonna pay for it straight away. And the one thing that I'll definitely give Shosho credit for, he's a competitive FPS YouTuber that's done a lot of stuff for Escape from Tarkov, if anyone doesn't know. And he raised a very valid point that as cheap as just the TOZ and a handful of meds are, if you're finding anything, you're paying for your run, so there really isn't any reason to just go straight hatchling, because
I love that that's the name.
yeah, like I've heard hatchy and hatchling the most. A hatchet run, you know, when you're just going in armed with a melee weapon and you're almost certainly going to die unless you get really lucky. Just having a gun of any kind is putting you at a significant advantage above hatchies. So just rolling with even a TOZ is stronger than nothing for factory runs. So since I do need to kit up a little, since I've let a few things go, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't have a chest rig or a pack right now. I'm just going to have to pull that off of whomever I kill.
Scar says he's been in Iraq for 6 months. He was home for a week halfway through, but that was only just long enough to get used to seeing him, and then he's off again. Needless to say, everyone around here is super happy.
I can imagine,
I can totally understand that. I'm so happy for you guys.
Oh yeah. Enjoy having him home again. Certainly not at all comparable to, like, a dad or anything. Still, though, when my closest friend in all of the world, he did a few now long tours around the world, mostly in the Middle East. It was always just like, damn, I hate, you know, not seeing, you know, one of the people that, aside from her, I share the deepest relationship of anyone in the world for a year plus at a time, and it sucks. Like I said, it's nowhere near comparable to that of a parent still. Like, I get the feeling in general. And especially having that knowledge that, like, you know, even if they're in a green zone or something, you know, there's still some expectation of potential risk with any military deployment.
Let's see.
Oh, shit, someone's having a good time.
Paris says, why do I get the feeling that the acceptable answer to how long someone has been deployed for is too damn long?
Yeah, pretty much.
Usually. Lady Nocturne says, oh, hello there.
Oh, hurrah.
Scarlett says he's Air Force working in an Army run unit.
Oh, okay. So is he working as like an adjunct for hardware, or?
Ghost says, see y'all, thanks for the advice, I'll be back.
Alrighty, enjoy your gym run, man. Get pumped, lift the iron. Turn your arms into the iron. Jeez. Ooh, hey now. Someone is having a jolly old time. I tell you what, though, having watched several guide channels for this game now, I do feel as though I'm coming at it armed with a far deeper understanding of the game than the game itself ever gave me. Ooh, hello.
Let's see. Lady Nocturne says, I have just begun my adventures in Homefront the Revolution. The music is great.
Oh, why don't you love yourself?
Yeah.
Did you watch my series on it? Because I've played that game, and I hate that game. It's pretty. It's pretty. I'll give it that. It's just a mess in almost every other way.
Celtic Knight says, my full time starts June 12th, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. We'll miss a ton of streams, but with full time, a little extra money can give a little bonus to you two a little bit more often.
Oh, well, I very much appreciate that.
That's very sweet. And Sheila also says hard candies helps.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Scarlett says his unit is a public affairs branch. He's over there helping document the training of the Iraqi forces.
Interesting.
Gotcha. Menthius says, yo.
Hey,
hello.
cheers, man. Ain't seen you in a while. How's it going?
And Lady Nocturne says, Homefront the Revolution, the gunplay is very iffy, though.
Yeah, it ain't great.
Scarlett says the extra pay he's got is awesome, though. He's not even home yet and has already bought himself an ultralight plane.
Nice. Man, he does not like me. Alright, friend. Ain't really, got much left in the way of ammo to fight ya. You gotta come out of there sometime, dude. Oh, shit.
Click is bad.
Oh, shit, yeah,
Run.
I might have forgotten to refill my mags. That's a thing I might have forgotten to do.
Yeah, that's
Right,
a problem.
I'm gonna use a little
And
hole.
Sheila's trying to eat dinner.
Operative word, trying. Okay, unload that. Oh, come on, do the animation. Come on. Okay, there we go. Click. Reload, damn it. There we go. Cool. Actually,
Paris is trying to decide if I want to make my new Zaku to a normal grunt or commander. I have no idea what you're talking about. I apologize.
it's a Gundam model.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know.
That is up to you, matey. Okay, so now I've got 1 in the chamber, 2 in the mag. I'm ready to go.
I'm really
Go
nervous.
for round 2. Ding, 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 motherfucker. Ooh. I don't know if that's him or someone else. I wonder if he's still hanging out over here. Because I know he ran out. I don't know where he went, though. Okay, alright. Oh, hey there, Hatchie, how's it going? Could you not? Oh shit, he's alive. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh shit, I missed that shot. That was on me. Do I have 1 shot or none? Shit, none. Reload.
Oh.
Dude, he is, like, determined. You really think I'm gonna come in there with you? You really think I'm gonna do that? That's the thing. You're right, though. I mean, oh, hi. Uh-oh. Ow.
He was smart.
Not smart enough.
No.
What is his name? Mr. Chicken Fingers?
It
Okay.
might
Alright.
be.
Well, Chicken Man, I'm gonna come into my little hidey hole again. Oh God, no.
Scott says, usually the best thing to come out of his time there was the Mother's Day gift he got Mom. He made a short video showing some firearms training, then a whole bunch of Iraqi troops saying Happy Mother's Day. It was the sweetest thing.
That's cool.
Oh, that is adorable. Sheila says, I'm going to have to find a dentist who takes my insurance. Some of my wisdom teeth have come in, and it's hard to eat certain foods because I can't open my jaw up to bite into the food.
Yeah, that's no fun. I'm glad I never really had wisdom teeth issues. I know my mom had hers out, and it definitely sounded no fun for her to have to deal with. Oh shit. Oop, I saw that. I saw that. I'm not gonna worry about that crate. Whoop. Hi. Uh-oh. Gimme. And now I gotta run. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not a good direction to hear shouting coming from. Oh, shit. Oh, he mad.
Uh-oh.
I think oh, that's a grenade.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that was a grenade. That
Sheila
was a
says,
frag.
I've been putting this off for about 3 years now. Yeah, no, maybe it's time to not
Yeah,
put it
because
off. Maybe a little
it's one of those issues that only gets worse the longer you put it off. Oh, the door's open. Oh, the door's open. Don't let me up, don't let me up, don't let me up. Okay, good, they're gone. Alright, I'm out. I got a nice Saiga. I'm out. I'm good. I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Sheila says, I found out what Mom's surgery was for.
Ugh.
I hope she's doing better.
Yeah, I know. I
Everything.
saw you posted in Discord that she was at home again, so that's good. Oh, Mr. Chicken for the win, not Chicken Fingers. Sorry.
Captain Queen says, full times are Wednesday through Sunday. Plus, since it's 9 p.m., we'll sleep when I get home and still have plenty of time in the day to do stuff.
Yeah. And having Monday, Tuesday off isn't terrible. Like, I actually enjoyed having weekdays off
Yeah,
when
we
I was
had,
still working for the county.
when you were working, you had Friday, Saturday.
Oh, I loved that. I had,
That was actually
I had Sunday,
really
Monday for a
nice.
little while. Friday, Saturday was great, though. Because I still had Friday, and even though it's, like, end of the week, and there's still, like, events and stuff to do, it's still a weekday, so, like, shops are still open. I can still go get shit done if I need to. And then I got Saturday, and that's weekend, so I can, like, chill and do stuff then. Like, Friday, Saturday are, like, that is the ideal couple of days off. At least for me, anyway. Okay, so that is a nice saga. I think I'm going to take some of the parts off of my other saga and put it on this one. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so... mod you. Take that off. Take that off. And okie dokie. Oh, wait, no. Whoa, excuse me. Okay. So now you go there. And put you there. Go. Cool. Alright. So that is now a serviceable saga.
Shield says it was a biopsy.
Oh.
And the doctor says that the area that they took it from is inflamed. Now Mom is worrying that it might be cancer.
Hmm.
Well, I hope everything turns out all right and that, her health picks back up again.
I'm certainly not qualified to speculate there at all myself, so just hope things go well for you. Okie dokie. I'm gonna sell that. Sell Mr. Chicken's tag. Do I have room in here? No. Okay. I'm gonna have to stash that Salewa. Wait a minute. How many Salewas did I need? 5? 5? Alright. Well, means I need 2 more. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna take my old shitty saga.
Let's see. Shield says, I hope it's not because I don't think I can handle going through the treatments with her like I did with grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah, I do not fault you there, because that is a rough process.
Yep. So it says, I'm also in the process of designing and building a replica FA-18 seat for my sim. Here's
Good
hoping it
times.
turns out good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Celtic Knight says, I will get a smartphone eventually and then I can listen and watch while I'm at work.
As any responsible worker should. Yeah, I was definitely one of those holdouts for a long time. I was like, I don't need no damn smartphone. Now I've got one. I'm like, alright, I like having a smartphone. Because it is handy, I can't lie. Okay. Let's do another factory run. And yeah, I'm not gonna insure that saga. That's a hunk of junk saga, so I don't really care. So this is a pure profit run.
Yep. Shield says, I think I overcooked my steak. I have a hard time figuring out meat.
Oh yeah, that's something that she and I made very clear to one another when we first got together.
We are not good at
yeah.
the whole cooking thing.
Ain't neither one of us cooks.
So he said he was okay with it. I said I was okay with it. So as long as both of us are okay with being terrible cooks, it's okay.
Yep. So there's an awful lot of microwaved meals and meals away from home.
And really easy stuff. I
Yeah.
have recently learned how to make easy macaroni and cheese, which was actually much easier than I expected it to be. So that might
Like actual mac and cheese, not easy mac, because that's actually a thing.
like you cook the macaroni, you put in the cheese, you stir, you do all the thing. There's also milk involved, pretty sure.
I filled my mac, right? Yes, okay.
I was about to say,
I had that little panic moment, like, wait.
that might be a problem. Pyro says, I'm trying to learn how to cook. And Celtic Tony says that and going to Chili's the 10th time this week. It's only been we've only gone once this week.
Yeah. Ooh.
So far.
Oh, shit. Alright, I can take that guy, though. Oh, I think he saw me. Because I think that was a hatchie. The thing is, I forgot. This thing has this front rail that totally obscures the front post for the irons, so you almost have to put an optic on it. Because it's fucking impossible to aim at range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm sorry. Is that... There is an axe in that guy's chest!
Yes, there is. I find that concerning.
Hey, Fred. Thanks. Kevin the 13th. Well, aren't you just...
So it says you aiming through the rail.
Yeah, it's a little miscalculation on my part there.
Celtic says, luckily I know how to cook, but since I'm the only one at home, I really don't cook that much anymore. Ooh. I don't know that you got him.
I didn't. I missed.
Be careful.
I'm not going to take that bait. Whoop! Ow! That was a player.
Yep.
I hit him once. I got a solid shoulder shot.
Yep.
I missed that second one, though. I had a chance to kill him. I flubbed it. Oh, well. I got a tag out there, so that paid for the run. Assuming he's not, like, level 1. He was probably level 1. Knowing my luck. Okay. So, let's see. No, 8,000. Alright, cool. That pays for the run. Speaking of, I need to pay for some meds, because I'm, like, almost out. I'm completely out of these. Those. Give me those. Thank you. Okay, so let's see here. Organize to satisfy my OCD. There we go.
Tyler says, I'd like to be the kind of uni student that doesn't starve or go back home or go... I can't read. Or go to McDonald's and have takeaway every day.
You mean you don't want to be me?
To be fair, we ate a lot at the campus.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Not that that was good food, but...
It most certainly was not.
No. We had to go, like, across campus entirely to get any of the good food.
I think I've told this story once. It's worth repeating, though. There was one particular day that really soured me on one of my favorite dishes in all the world for a little while, which is fettuccine alfredo. I love fettuccine alfredo. It's freaking great. As Mitch Hedberg put it, fettuccine alfredo is macaroni and cheese for adults. And he's not wrong. However, when in the kitchen of Jones Dining Hall, I'm going to call y'all out, on the Texas State University campus, they ran out of the normal cheese that I'm not a cook, I don't know.
They used
the normal cheese
Alfredo sauce.
to make Alfredo sauce. They decided, rather than saying, we're not going to serve this today because we're missing the proper ingredients, let's just make something else. No, let's instead put blue cheese in the sauce mix.
Because it's cheese.
Cheese is cheese.
Right?
And we'll just serve that to people without even changing the sign. I took one forkful and immediately spat it out, threw it away, and left.
It was bad.
It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever tasted.
Jones Dining Hall where I had the feather in my...
In your fries.
In my fries, my feather fries.
I still don't understand how that... Because it's not chicken!
I know!
It's potatoes!
I don't... It makes me really concerned, if I'm honest.
What is going on in that kitchen?
Like it scares me. If I'm real here, it's scared. I don't know what's up with that, but it was scared. Scott says, one would think working at McDonald's for 2 years would turn you off eating there. I say nay, nay. Sheila says, once I finish the landscaping on my remodel or redecorating of an EA Maxis home, I will have another lot finished.
Good
I also
times.
have about 15 plans chosen to start building. That's cool.
Good times indeed.
Celtic Knight says, oldest cat is staring at me to go outside, and blue cheese for Alfredo sauce?
Yeah.
Good God, they need to be drug tested.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Oh, it was bad.
disgusting.
Noah says, howdy,
Hey.
folks, how goes?
Cheers, matey. I
Hello.
have definitely felt nicer.
We both
Also,
have.
with
Hi.
regard to the eating at McDonald's every day, as far as I understand it, maybe I'm wrong here, I'm just going off of what I've heard. As to my understanding, Macca's is a little different in terms of average quality level than McDonald's here in the States. It's just, especially like,
it also depends, it really is very dependent on where you are in the world, and it's also dependent on what you order.
Yes.
Because there's some stuff on the McDonald's menu that's actually pretty dang healthy for you. Like, it's not that bad, even in the States.
Yeah, that's fair. And then there's Japan, where McDonald's is like fine dining.
Like,
that's just weird.
And
like so
Norway, McDonald's is also pretty different. Or at least it was last time we went. The menu looked very strange to me. But yeah, McDonald's is different depending on where you are in the world, which of course makes sense because, you know, you want it to be attractive to the people who are most likely to, you know, eat it. But Sheila says, and I only have about 25 pages into the house, and I'm only about 25 pages into the house plan book. Nice. Noah says, sorry to hear you're not feeling great, sending good vibes.
Much appreciated,
Thank you,
man.
we appreciate it. Oh.
Ooh, I hear you. Oh! Ow! Alright. I don't think he appreciated me clipping his arm.
No, probably not.
Oh, wow. I didn't just clip his arm. I slammed his arm. That was 8 pellets that made their mark. Alright, well. No wonder he's mad.
Says, Japan's McDonald's looks good depending on what you order. I like to watch food reviews from Japan. Sarah says, well, they certainly like to think they're hot. Pardon my French. Shit. I can confirm Aussie Macca's is less grease and fat than the States.
That's not saying much.
That's not... I believe it, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do, too.
Believe.
I'm just saying, that's not a high mark to cross.
Because there's a lot. Like, whoa.
Man.
Ooh.
I think it's time for a scav run, because now I'm getting down to, like, my really good gear. Or my AKMS that I just...
So you're gonna go put all your stuff over there so that you can have room?
Yep.
Sounds good.
So now the question is, do I go factory or customs? Because as a scav, factory is a potential gold mine.
Yeah.
Any player that sees you will probably destroy you. However, all the scavs that are on insane difficulty are on your side. So...
But if you accidentally hit one...
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll go customs. Customs is easier to manage.
Celtic Knight says, coworkers here with allergies also been hit hard since April here was virtually rain all month long and everything coming out at once. So glad I don't have allergies. Yep.
Yeah, that sucked.
Shield says this house plan book has 525 plans in it.
Holy hell.
Wow. And she's only 25 pages in. Sarah says, the meat was, at least, was definitely alive once.
You're not talking about that flavored cardboard some places, sir, are you?
Yeah. Pyrus is saying Aussie McDonald's is less fat is like saying your office has less bouncy castles than a kid's play area. He is old grizzled grr man.
With that guy or this guy?
Your guy.
This guy's also a little cross-eyed.
Yeah. But don't let that stop you.
Yeah. He's just gonna have a little trouble aiming down sight. I just want to get to normal again, so I can record like a normal human being.
I know.
Because hell, I still gotta do my my normal episode for this game for the interchange map. I still haven't done that. Ah.
Oh, that's.
Cue the storm, I see. Wait, what time is it? Wait. Oh God. Wait.
Did you night map?
I thought I chose 9 in the morning.
Did you?
It's midnight. Oh hell! At least I have a flashlight. Shit, man!
Wah, wah.
That was not... I could have sworn I clicked a 9 a.m. Oh. Alright. I see the high rollers are already out.
Scarlet says he's cross-eyed from all those fisticuffs. Be very quiet and careful.
I think I'm just gonna try and act like a scav. Because if any players are around here... Like, any players that roll night ups are either noobs that are checking it out for the first time, or high-level players with, like, laser designators and
Yep. Scarlet says,
vision.
In the meantime, you could do a dramatic reading as a Deathclaw.
Or as a ghoul. Let me tell you how life is out here in the waste, Smoothskin.
Yeah, and he says, or a ghoul. And Captain Knight says, King, go Elmer Fudd on them.
I don't have a break action shotgun though.
No.
Wow.
Oh.
Some shit happened here. I'm just gonna lay down.
Just lay down. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't
Take
even
that.
worry about it. Everything is
Pepper.
fine.
A mask. That's a nicer chest rig than mine. I'll just take that. Thanks. You have mags on you? I hope you do. You do. All right. That's good. Thank you. Okay. Gonna come on up. Oh shit! He saw me. Oh God! I was hoping he had not seen.
Nope.
He had indeed seen.
And Scarlet says Fudd as a ghoul.
Yeah, I had hoped that I could do a stream around the same time as the announcement. Unfortunately, this has prevented that. I mentioned in Discord, it's usually just the Discord crowd here, so I won't mention specifics. In general, though, I am still like super stoked that my first voice acting role has now gone live. Like, it's official, and it's for the Metro, a mod for Fallout 4. I'm super excited about that because it's the first credit to my name. And I had wanted to do a stream of essentially doing like a let's play of that mod to show the character that I'm now playing in it, because the new version with my lines in it is now live. And unfortunately, I'm in no shape to do that right now. So look forward to that sometime here in the next like week or so. We're either going to do that as a stream or as a long form recorded episode. I haven't 100% settled on it. Either way, we're going to show it off because I'm super stoked. Okay. Damn, I am hurting for gear here. I guess I'll take my little 105. I haven't really used the 105. So, wait a minute. Can I? No. Okay. Yeah. That's just what I'm going to have to do.
Scarlet says, hang on, playing that now. Okay, so he reminds me of somebody. He does. I just...
I don't know.
I can't... Like, not perfect, but very similar, and I just can't figure out who.
He does definitely have like the face that looks like a natural human, you know? Mm-hmm. So does this guy, actually. Like, I feel like I've met this guy. Alright, anyway. Oh, that's right, they changed it. It's no longer Skier that has these. Now it is Ragman that has vests, because I need that. And I'll take... Okay, fine. Put that on. Give me a little shoulder sling. There we go. Thank you. Ta-da. Okay. So, let's unfold you so I don't have to do that in the field. grab my spermerg. There we go. Stash those, because I certainly don't need them. And that'll do. So, let's do a large map for this one. Shoreline. Shoreline's easy. Woods is easy. I'm feeling shoreline. Let's do shoreline. So, 8 a.m. this time. There we go. I guess I'll insure my little 105, because I haven't really come across those all that regularly.
Celtic Knight wants to know the name of the mod.
The Metro. It's a quest mod that is an homage to the Metro game series, like 2033 and Last Light, and I forget the name of the third one. And thankfully, after delivering on my lines to Wigwam, the guy that made the initial mod, he knows some of the guys and is apparently helping some of them on the team making Last Light in the Commonwealth, which is like an homage to Metro Last Light for Fallout 4, and set me up with some contact info to get in touch with them. So I may have the opportunity to do a little more voice work for mods in the near future, and that's super cool. Like, when I got that email, like, I turned to her and I was just like, the dominoes have started. I'm like, I'm so happy, because I told myself a few months ago, this is the year that I really want to start actually working, like getting credits, and once I've established myself as a talent in the industry, getting paid as a voice actor. Like, that's something I really want to do, because clearly I'm still gonna do all the channel work and all that. Like, none of that is stopping. If anything, we're doing more of it because we're launching several side channels, and that's why you haven't seen much on the main channel. It's not that I haven't worked.
We've just been working on other stuff, and we couldn't record with his voice as
as
grungy as it is.
Yeah, exactly. As jacked up as my throat is, I couldn't record. I couldn't stand the idea as like motivate. What the hell, game? I chose 8 a.m. Y'all saw me choose 8 a.m. and now it's midnight again. It's messed up, Tarkov. All right, anyway, like, I'm super motivated to get shit done right now, and it's frustrating that I couldn't record because I really, like, I need to. I'm like, I don't have a cache of stuff recorded very much left anymore for the channel to edit and put up. And, oh, jeez, it's so foggy. I can't see shit. Anyway, so I did a lot of, you know, this side of the curtain work for several of the side channels that we're launching in the near future, and I showed some of the art that we've made for some of those off in Discord. Check that out for anyone that hasn't seen it. And even so, though, like, what?
Scarlett dropped the mod link. No, it says, yo, that's awesome. And Celtic Knight was downloading the mod right now. And then Sarah says, the Nexus login server is down. No!
They've had issues with their servers for the last couple of days. I don't know what's going on with that.
We've noticed that ourselves.
I could hardly access the site at all yesterday. Like, I made mention of the role that I'm in for that. And I was going to drop the link to it in Discord because I was all excited. And I couldn't, because I couldn't even access the freaking Nexus. So, put a little damper on my plan. I think Noah was able to drop a link, though, so cheers for that. Anyway, so the thing that has frustrated me most over the last year in particular, though really the entire time that I've done LLP, if I'm completely honest, and this is going to shed a little light on my internal psyche that I rarely talk about on camera, because this is going to get a little personal for me. However, I hope it can serve as a semi-inspirational little diatribe for y'all, because I am not a person that deals well with stagnation. I need to feel, if I have it in me to want to do it, which I never haven't, like I am accomplishing the goals that I have set for myself. And though I have enjoyed every second of working on Less Level Press and making it everything that it is, like, let's all call it honestly, this is still a small channel, despite having now put 5 years into it. That's frustrating to me.
Yeah.
I have not reached the level of success that I feel like I've put in the amount of work that it should have produced. And that, to some people may come off as like arrogant or entitled, and I understand that. Still, though, I've worked on this as a full-time day job for 5 years, and I'm just not seeing returns on it, and that's frustrating in and of itself. That's just how it is. That's not to say that I'm like done with it or anything. Absolutely not. If anything, it's just more determination to make it work. Because again, I don't deal well with failure, especially if I know that I'm capable of not failing, that I am capable of doing whatever it is I've set for myself. And that's how I feel about this. However, I am cognizant, I always had an introspective sense of things, more than I think most people do, about what's going on in my own head. Like, I can step away from myself and sort of feel out what's going on upstairs for myself. And so I realized I need, in the short term, and it'll also, of course, help me in the long term, I need to achieve something. I mentally need that. Because it's one of the things that causes any, like, depressive episodes that I have is that sense of all the wasted time, all of the effort that I'm just not seeing returns on. And I feel like after anyone that hasn't, joined us long or hasn't heard me mention this in the past, may not know this. After setting the goal for myself in high school of graduating early, I did it. I graduated high school in 3 years. And for any... Uh-oh, I heard a clink. Was that a grenade or was that me kicking a rock? I kicked a rock. Anyway, for anyone outside of the States that doesn't know how long American high school usually is, it's usually 4 years. I cut a full year off of high school. That was hard. I freaking did it, though. And then college. I did the same thing. College in the States for an undergrad degree is usually 4 years. I did it in 3.5. Because I determined that that is something that I wanted to do, that is a goal I set for myself, and I accomplished it. And yeah, it was a shitload of work. It didn't matter to me, though, because it's something that I wanted to do, and I set myself to it. So I've established this pattern for myself, and to a certain degree, I got lucky, and I also, set semi-unreasonable expectations on myself of if I set myself to do something, I have always, until now, accomplished it and done it faster than most people. And that was something I was extremely proud of. Like, that was one of the few things that I could really take pride in about myself, because I'm not a person that feels like I'm very good at many things. Academics were something I was very good at, though, and I was super proud of that. And then when it came to jobs, I would apply to a lot of places after college, and most of them I just never heard from, though. When it came down to resumes and interviews, though, I am confident in my resume crafting skills, and I have never interviewed.
Except one.
Wait, what?
Your interview when we thought Miss T might have gotten
that was a different thing. Now 1,000 people are gonna ask in chat like, what the hell's that story? I'll get to that in a minute. Aside from that one exception, that was a weird case. I have never interviewed for a job that I didn't then subsequently get. I am an exceptional interviewer, and I can say that with full confidence. I'm not overstating it. If I sit down at the interview table for a job, I have always gotten that job, with the exception of the one time where... Short version, some of y'all may remember the Aurora, Colorado movie theater shooting a few years ago. That was at the midnight premiere of, I think it was one of the Dark Knight movies. And Miss T had told us that she was going to a midnight premiere of it. And I sat down in the interview lobby for this place where I was interviewing at the time. And I just saw on TV for the first time that had happened. And
we had not heard from Miss T.
Yeah, I hadn't heard from her at all. I didn't even know anything was going down. And the thing is, the news channel, I wanted to strangle these people because they kept showing numbers of people dead. And that's another thing that news really shouldn't do because it's fucked up. That's another title, or another story entirely, though. They weren't saying where it happened, though, like the city. They just kept saying, at a Dark Knight premiere. And I'm like, fuck! Miss T went to one! Oh, God! So I was completely thrown off my game. I'm sitting there for like 3 full minutes just panicking. And, like, this is minutes that I should have spent getting prepared. Yeah, I should have calmed myself. I should have mentally prepared and gotten ready to do the interview and all that. And then, like, right within seconds, like 10 seconds of them finally saying this happened in Colorado, the lady comes around the corner like, Mr. Davenport, they're ready for you. I'm like, fuck!
It was
So, yeah, obviously, I did not interview well that day. I was completely thrown off. Like, I told them, even as I was telling them, though, like, I could tell a sentence and a half in, I'm like, even talking about why I'm acting weird right now, this is hurting me. Shut up. Stop even making excuses. Just get on topic. So I kind of cut it off early, and I think that, too, after I walked in, and I was obviously shaken up, they're like, are you okay? And I told them, and then I was just like, no, this is an unrelated matter. This is a personal thing, and it turns out it wasn't even the case anyway. So it made it seem like I was a total scatterbrained wreck. Like, I have no qualms about never hearing from those people again. That was in ideal conditions for an interview. And it's the only interview I've never not gotten the job for. Anyway, all that is to say that I haven't felt like I've accomplished anything that I have really set myself toward the goal of doing for years now. And I'm not okay with that. So once it crossed my mind that voice acting wasn't just some wish it were so, that would be cool, sort of thing, then I was like, you know what, that's something I could do. And it's not just one of those passing thoughts of, I could probably do that. Like, no, I could do that. And I could do it well.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's why I set myself the goal this year of starting those dominoes to falling, so that I can actually feel for the first time in a long time like I'm accomplishing something. And that's why, as small as it is, much as my mom doesn't like to know, the first role, it's for a mod. It's an independent project. It's unpaid. It's a credit, though. That's
a foot in the door.
Exactly. And it has now put me in contact with another team. And
which is another foot in the door. Exactly.
It's a start of a pattern that I didn't have. And like all of you guys have told me, again, like I've said a lot of things in the last few minutes that if most people were just to say them out of nowhere would sound arrogant. And I know that. I completely know how I sound. Still, I'm not just saying this out of nowhere, though. You guys have told me more than anyone, and it took me a long time to accept that, hey, maybe you guys are onto something. I have a cool voice. I know I do. I sound like shit right now. That's another matter, though.
That's because you're sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, really, when I put it down, when I tell you this, what drew me to you in the first place was you used your accent mimicry talents to draw my attention to you as a potential suitor.
Indeed.
In the first place. If you're willing to do that and you think that might help, I think it's safe to say you have a cool voice.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I really want to know, why is there just a tub in the hallway?
I don't know.
Like, I have wondered that the entire time you've ever been on this map.
I don't know, some weird shit happened in this freaking hospital. Anyway, so I have more confidence in my voice than I do in most other things that I have going for me. Ooh, hello. I will certainly take you over the pepper. Thank you. All this is rambling, because again, I'm sick, so I'm not thinking super 100% clearly. Way of saying that I'm pursuing voice acting as a side project that I'm dedicating about 3 hours a day to now. Going through job listings on some labor sites, like Upwork is one that I'm going through mostly. And just looking at stuff that I feel like I could do, and then submitting my proposals and doing demos for them, so that I can just start getting credits, getting familiar with how the work actually functions,
like how it goes,
how the day-to-day actually is.
Is it actually done now?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't know.
How much time do you have left?
This is weird, because clearly it's daylight outside. However, I can see the sun, and yet the clock says I'm at midnight.
Is that the time you have until you leave? Yeah, that's the time you have until you leave, because it's counting down.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
That's not actual timing. Though, if you said you wanted 8 a.m. and it was dark for like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Owie. Uh-oh.
Sarah says, I get what you mean, Ken. At this point, I'm at Macca's because it's stable and it's a job. But it's finding the drive and route to move on that's the hard part for me.
Yeah.
And Sarah says that's the mission elapsed time. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was the time
actual clock?
Day. I don't know. I'm sick. That's my excuse. I'm not an idiot. Because I've played this game how many hours now?
Yeah.
And I've usually known what what that number is. I just forgot today for some reason. Alright, hopefully there's a good gun in here and I can just freaking run, because I think that guy's like hunting me.
Pretty sure he's hunting you.
Yeah. He's probably mad because I put a few rounds in his chest. Anything good in here? SKS mag, grips. Ooh, what's here? Makarov. Okay. I think I might need to...
Sarah says you have a watch, too.
I do.
What's the watch say?
I don't know. I'm a little nervy. Alright, I'm just going to check this last crate. There's a couple more at the end. I'm wondering if that's maybe pushing my luck. Ooh, gimme.
No, it says, oh, by the by, update on the album. It'll be done in just a few days.
Awesome.
Awesome. Pyre says the watch says it's 6.
Okay.
Then why the heck would you be 8 a.m.? Even if it was 8 p.m., does time really go that fast? That we can go through an entire night at 8 p.m. and now it's 6 a.m.?
No, it doesn't go that fast.
So something's up with their time.
The time of day is freaking out. Alright.
Also, that's really cool about the album.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Noah says, and for sure stagnation kills. Been struggling with it myself. We all get through it eventually.
I appreciate the support. Yeah, that was one of the main reasons that I needed to leave the county when I worked there.
What's that symbol mean?
Shit, I think I tore open one of my wounds again. Damn it. Alright, let me use that. Because the thing is...
were you bleeding out?
I was. The county that I used to work for is, as a corrections department, the highest paying in the state of Texas, or at least it was at the time. I don't know if it still is. It probably still is. So it was a very comfortable place to work financially. However, as I've told many people, and this is how I would always communicate it in interviews.
I think you canceled the use of the bandage by walking.
Oh, did I? No, I didn't. And it's patched up, so I'm good. Because usually if you're sitting in an interview and someone sees that you worked for a sheriff's department,
they always want to know why.
Yeah, like, why aren't you there anymore? Because most people associate that with a career, a lifelong commitment. And
jitter.
Yeah, it's just
freezing.
I always get little lag spikes in this game because the servers still aren't super optimized. So people, semi-rightfully, they get a little curious about why you're not there anymore. And the thing that I would always tell them in interviews, and again, I think the answer goes over well because I always did well in interviews where I gave this answer, is that it's not that I didn't necessarily like the work itself. It's not that I disparage it at all. No, it's just something that I was comfortable with because I have a lot of family that do that and have done that and have careers doing that. I was familiar with it straight out of college. I respect that work, and it's something that I knew I was good at, and that it would tide me over until I really figured out what I wanted to do with myself. However, staying in an environment that negative that long, it does things to you. And it was turning me into someone that I didn't want to be. And I knew that I needed to get out relatively soon. Oh, hey, AKM. I don't think that's one of the good ones, though. Yeah, I'll pass on it. And so
What's in that one?
That's ammo.
Over here.
I needed to leave prior to reaching the point at which I would be stupid to leave. Because especially for people that promote up to officer, because I was there as a civilian employee. Oh shit, I'm not supposed to sprint.
I Are you gonna bleed to death again?
No, I didn't tear up on the wound. I just did a little damage. The pay for officer in particular, which I had considered promoting up to, was significant. And the insurance package and everything that you get is amazing.
It's really, really good. That's honestly the
phenomenal
thing I miss the most.
Yeah. And so after a certain point, and it does not take long, it starts getting to where you ask yourself, where am I going to get comparable pay and benefits like this as an entry-level employee anywhere else? And the answer, at least around here, is freaking nowhere. And the longer you stay, the deeper that rift widens. And so I knew so many people there that had 15, 20, 30-year careers that all started with the same thought in mind that I did. I'll just do this for a few years until I figure something else out. And
but it got to the point where everything else was just...
Yeah. And then they start making 35, 40, 50, promote up to Sarge, 70 grand a year. And it's like, where else am I going to get this? I don't have the qualifications for anything else. And that's speaking as me and as a generic third party. I have an English degree. That's speaking for me. And as much as I am proud of that, especially the time frame that I earned it in, yep, I wish someone had told me, and I say this as a joke halfway, that having an English degree in the job market
doesn't really mean anything.
Kind of like not having a degree, because nobody gives a shit, except for those places that just for meeting general qualifications.
They just want you to have a degree.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter what your degree is in.
Yeah, one of the agencies that I considered applying for was Texas Parks and Wildlife, so I could essentially work as a game warden.
And they just wanted you to have a degree.
Yeah, they require that all applicants have a degree at a bachelor's level or higher in something, just so that you can show them I can indeed finish what I start on, and I am academically oriented, because game wardens, they need to pass the same qualifications as any other peace officer, as well as all of the extra stuff for the fish and game stuff that they have to look over. So you kind of need to have some smarts to serve as a game warden. So that's their demand. They don't give a shit what your degree is in. They just want to see that you're academically capable of earning
But
that.
other than that sort of thing, an English degree does nothing.
Yeah, it does nothing for you. And they'll sell it to you. Like anyone that's out there looking to get English degrees, your counselors will try and tell you, oh no, it's really marketable. It makes it look like you have good critical thinking and organization skills. Nobody cares. I will tell you factually.
You are better off getting a business degree of some kind.
Absolutely. Business, economics, small business management, anything with practical use, not esoteric, well, maybe I can fluff it this way to sound good. No, you need to have skills. Demonstrable, on paper, black and white skills. Because otherwise...
mathematics, sciences, engineering, those sorts of things are what... Yeah,
that's why... and I don't talk about it because it's sort of against our community guidelines around here, because to speak about in detail, of course, devolves into incendiary topics just because of the nature of it. Speaking generally, though, I have a deep and abiding interest in matters of mythology and theology around the world. It's one of my favorite subjects to learn about, to chat about amongst friends and discuss, because it's fascinating to me. And at one time, I considered getting my degree in theology.
And then,
however...
then it occurred to us that it's like, well...
a counselor did tell me, this one face-to-face, I just wish they had told me the same thing about an English degree, that if you do this, and you get your degree in theology, I want you to know there are 2 outcomes for you. 3 if you include doing something completely unrelated to it. If you're using your degree, though, you are either going to work in the priesthood of some faith or another, or you're going to teach theology. There are no other avenues.
And that was what we were also told about history.
Yeah, same thing.
You're either going to be a teacher, or you're going to work at a museum.
Yeah. And probably not the cool, museum curator, that sounds cool. No, you're probably organizing shit in some warehouse somewhere. That's the reality of most museum work.
And that's all. That's what a history degree is used for.
Yeah.
And...
oh, shit. I'm in the... Oh, no!
So it says military.
I was in the evac zone! No!
So it says military. That's about it. But it's not much of a change, really, about where you'd get that kind of benefits and such.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it says, so if not English or theology, what would you have done at college?
The one thing... I've mentioned this in the past.
Marine biology?
Yeah. The one thing that I regret not doing, it would have led me down a completely different life path. You guys would probably never see me on camera because it's something that I would have probably dedicated all of my waking time to. Marine biology. It's something that I also have a deep and abiding fascination for, and like especially conservationism of marine environments is something that I think is very undervalued, and that we need globally to take tremendous strides toward preventing further damage toward, because we really are doing a great deal of damage, like around the world. It's not just the U.S., it's friggin' everybody, to especially oceans as well as freshwater environments. And we are going to see long-term ramifications. Even if we're not experiencing the worst of it right now, we're going to start seeing that in the future. And as well as just like, if people understand more about aquatic creatures, then they will then see as... It sounds grandiose, and it's not really real to people to say, the oceans, they're hurting. Like, how? Most people think of the oceans like, it's just a lot of water. How does that hurt? There's animals in that water. And so people know more about them and what they need and what's happening to them, etc. Like, informing people about them is what will actually help culturally educate people about the subjects to start making those things happen. That, and I just enjoy it. Like, it's fascinating work.
Yeah. So it's a scuba-kin. I like it.
Yeah. And the university that I went to, the Texas State University, has one of the finest marine biology programs in the state.
At least it was.
Yeah, at the time that I went there, it was. I don't know if it still is. And yet, I didn't pursue it because I am not good at math. And any science degree of whatever kind requires a higher passing grade for algebra, as well as some follow-up courses that for a science degree you have to do, than I was able to get.
Yeah, you would have to try it again until you did.
Exactly. I am not exaggerating when I say I am not good at math. I needed 3 times a week to attend tutoring to earn a 61 in college algebra. That is entry-level college math. And it was everything I could do to even scrape that up. Yeah. And a 60 is passing for a liberal arts degree, like an English degree. That's the only reason I was able to get that.
Okay. So it says, have either of you gone scuba before?
I haven't. I've gone snorkeling.
Pirate goes, under the sea, down where it's wetter, down where it's better, fuck this English degree. Yep.
I've not gone scuba diving. My friend who's in the Marines, he is a super licensed. He's got like a whole lot of certifications and stuff.
Super scuba.
I think he's actually like certified rescue diver and like deep sea and even cave diver sort of thing. Like, he's done crazy amounts of scuba stuff, and he's offered multiple times to take me out with him. I just haven't had the chance yet. I would love to. I just haven't.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And if I went back to school now, I would probably do computer science.
Yeah.
As mine.
Yeah, and that is a super marketable degree for anyone that's wondering what they might want to do. And like technology.
Let's face it, computers are not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, they ain't going anywhere, and every company needs IT people, everyone in the world. And if you want to work on more like interesting things, plenty of startups need people who know how to do coding, for this, that, and the other, whether they're making apps or software for hardware, whatever. Like, computer skills are, for the foreseeable future, always going to be in demand.
Yeah. Scott says, pop quiz, what does SCUBA stand for? I think I knew at one point, but I don't remember anymore.
Submerged, cute underwater bubblefish amusement.
I was gonna go submerged cute underwater badass, but
that too, yeah. I have no idea.
It's because it's cave diving. No.
Yeah, that's one that I'm not sure I'd want to do.
No. Pyro says, I wanted to get into diving, but due to problems with my nose, equalizing pressure is very hard.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if my sinuses would like scuba diving, because my sinuses are very small. They are small, and yeah. Katsunai says, yeah, Home Depot just hired or still in the process of hiring 1,000 workers for the IT department.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. IT is big.
Yeah, the jobs are out there for computer degrees.
Yep. And I was actually pretty good at figuring out HTML coding and stuff like that, but self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Yeah.
Okay. Once upon a time, I knew that.
You got the U right.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to know, like I had known at one point, and then promptly forgot when I didn't use that information anymore.
Because both of my parents actually used to go scuba diving, especially when they were still in the military and they were stationed in Guam.
What time did you select for this one?
11 a.m. So hopefully
if it's
daylight.
not daylight.
Yeah. My folks used to go scuba and snorkeling in Guam and also down in Cozumel once they moved here to the States.
I think.
And they always really enjoyed it. They had an underwater camera and have an album full of really cool stills that they snapped.
Oh, it's actually daylight. Though
including,
that doesn't look like 11.
It is for this game.
Oh.
So, I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know if it was glitching out earlier or not.
So the sun is lower at 11?
Actually, no, you're right. Because that's
pretty early.
That's like an 8 a.m. sun.
I don't know.
I think the day-night cycle is a little off. Come to think, because yeah, if it was 11, it'd be like there.
It should be. Though that might be closer to the equator. I don't know.
That's true. We are in Russia.
And I don't know how that...
Yeah.
I don't know how that
I
changes
had not thought about that.
Though it does still seem pretty low for midday.
Because I am used to the norms of where to expect to see the sun given where I am here in Texas. Didn't think about the fact that we are at a much higher latitude.
Yeah, I don't know. Price says, ow, I have reached the painful part of building a Zaku. Scout says, high latitude makes for a lower sun. Okay, so maybe it is right.
Yeah, maybe that's accurate for Russia.
I don't know.
If so, that's a nice touch. Because I don't know that any other game that I'm aware of has ever accounted for that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or at least that we've noticed.
Yeah, like, and maybe others have. I don't know. Like, I don't want to totally speak out of turn. It's just like, I've never noticed one that has.
Alright. I am sorry to say this, but I will be back.
Now you gotta hit the restroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, did you see how many glasses I was downing at dinner?
Yeah, so I devoured that first glass of tea. God,
I
was
know.
dehydrated.
It was like gone 3 seconds after they set it down. I was like,
why you gotta fake me out like that, game? I thought that was just a headset just sitting on a table.
You thought it was Ear Pro?
Freaking croutons. It's not a consolation prize.
Croutons are not a good enough consolation prize game. Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like I started that long rambling session with a point I was trying to make, and like I said, I'm freaking sick. I'm not thinking 100% clearly, so I sort of forgot what it was. Suffice it to say, voice acting. I want to do it, so I'm gonna do it. And I'm making strides forward and making it happen. And I'm proud of that. And that's that. Because, like I said, I need a feeling of accomplishment. I haven't had it in a long time, so... Maybe I spoiled myself. Ooh. Okay, I think that's a scav. With, high school and college, and, it's something that I was really good at, and honestly, like, it's easier to excel in school than it is in a competitive work environment. That, at least around here, that's just sort of a cold hard fact, and it can sort of give you a false head of confidence steam. Still, though, I set a pattern for myself that I don't feel as though I've lived up to, and I want to change that. So, all that said, my lack of results as far as channel management and all that have not dulled my desire to make that happen either.
My most beloved husband of mine.
Yeah.
I have brought you a thing that was on the floor that I'm pretty sure you don't want to lose.
Oh, how did it end up on the floor?
Because you never put it on.
Well, I know I set it on the counter when I got out of the shower.
I'm guessing it got knocked off.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I realized that earlier that I didn't have it on. I
there you
left
go.
it on the counter.
I have fixed the problem.
Well, thank you.
Bunny says, "Hey, croutons are fucking awesome." That depends on the crouton.
Are you dead? Are you okay? You're
He's
dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
You are dead. Oh, you were a player. Hey, okay, all right.
But the dog tag is gone. Also, hi.
Yeah, cheers, matey. 'Cause I think that was a player. I'll go check him in more. I mean, he had an axe. Usually scavs don't have axes. Although sometimes they do. Oh, God.
Pirate says, Ken lost his wedding ring, didn't he?
I didn't lose it.
Scarlett says, what did Vi just save?
It was the ring.
It was the ring. It was the very important, imported from Ireland ring.
The one that I had reforged in the fires of Mount Dublin. Because
they were not. The sizing we got was incorrect.
Yeah.
The sizer we had used. So
I'm gonna get sappy on y'all for a minute. Because apparently I'm just a rambling mess today. Yep, that was a player.
Yep,
You had a lovely time. Somehow I threw my vest through the wall. All right, cool.
Don't ask. Don't question it. It's fine.
I will not ask, and he certainly won't tell, because he's dead.
All right,
Anyway.
so continue your sappy moment.
One of the reasons that we chose an Irish ring is I wanted a legitimate Celtic knot pattern surrounding the entire ring. And, oh, hi there, friend. How are you? That's a nice pack you got there. That's a nice headset you got there. So we found an actual Irish jeweler and had
Body
them
armor,
make
too.
had them make it for us. And unfortunately, we sized ourselves incorrectly. I think it was a discrepancy of
Because it was one of those print-off
yeah, exactly.
sizers, and clearly it wasn't actually properly...
yeah, and even though we printed the conversion... Oh, those are casket max. For EU sizes to make them work as a translation to American sizes, it still didn't fit us properly. Mine was way too huge.
both of ours was too big.
And practically speaking, we could have just gone to a local jeweler
And had them cut it.
Yeah, had them cut it and resize it, because that's easy. However, the entire point, symbolically, for having the knot surrounding the ring was that it is a continuous, unbroken pattern. And so the idea of cutting it for convenience was antithetical to the entire point of its existence.
Yeah.
And so...
It was even the reason we chose white gold instead of just silver, which would have been cheaper.
Yeah. Because it's the mixing of materials to make one thing.
Yeah.
Again, symbolic for marriage. And also, we just each favor that color over just gold.
It was going to be either silver or white gold, but we like the symbolic nature of the white gold, which is silver. Silver mixed with gold.
Also, I can switch to my long arm now.
So, yeah.
And so we paid the extra money, and it was a hefty sum of money, to send it to the jeweler. And I asked him in an email, I was like, I know this is strange, just hear me out. For symbolic reasons, can I have you melt these rings down again with the same material and just take out the material necessary to scale it down to the proper size? Because we actually went to a real jeweler instead of using a print-off sizer like we should have in the first place. Had the right size to give him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all right, that's unorthodox. I respect your decision, though. So, yeah, if you're willing to pay for it, we'll do it.
Search the pockets. So we had it completely reforged.
Yep.
The sets of rings. So they are very important to us very unique in that they have been forged twice.
Yeah.
And so it says, that's awesome, you guys. So much heart. Yes. We spent a lot of time looking for what we considered to be the perfect rings.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, if you're going to wear them forever, all the evers, I mean, get rings you like, man.
Yeah. Catherine says, what's in his pockets? Golem's voice. I can't, like, trying to get to the, in the throat where you have to do it to make it sound like them. I can't do it with my throat this way. But, yeah.
I don't know where those are.
Do you need me to look it up?
Maybe, because I'd really like to get out with this stuff. I have some really good stuff.
So this is
customs.
Tarkov, Scav or
Yeah, Scav. You can just look up customs
map.
They usually have all the evacs marked.
Mm-hmm.
This guy.
What happened?
His power is maximum. He has shoulder-mounted AKs. That's an AK, man. That's an AK, man. I'm having that. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Please way bigger, thank.
Let me also set those up. Yeah.
All right. What's the name?
Oh. Okay. Anyway.
All right. Where?
Those.
Military Warehouse 4, Administration Gate. Okay.
Is this maybe the military one?
Military
No.
Warehouse 4, and I don't remember the other one. Administration Gate. Okay, I found both of them. I don't know where you are.
I am just west of the dorms, which are up north.
Dorm. Okay, so you're probably closest to Warehouse 4, but that's in the middle of all the shenanigans.
Okay, let me,
And then there's also the military checkpoint. I will show you if you will look.
give me just a second, and then I'll take a little peek-see.
This guy says, geez, player do roll hard.
Yeah, man. Okay, I'm just gonna prone down here. Alright, let's see.
Okay, so over here is apparently the dorms.
Okay.
Warehouse 4 is here.
Oof.
Military checkpoint is here.
I'm gonna go for that
Admin
one.
gate is here.
I'm gonna go for military checkpoint, because almost nobody goes to that corner.
That's kind of what I figured, because there doesn't seem to be
So-
much there.
Yeah, having to cross the dorms yard is a little dicey.
Yeah,
Because this place is kind of a magnet for trouble. I'm not hearing all that many shots here, though, so I'm hoping if I just skirt the edge, that I'm safe. Yep. I am, however, going to switch to my new AK. It's full, good. Oh, hi! No! I did the thing! I did the thing! I forgot to set it to full auto. That's the thing that I did. I mashed that fire key, and I would have lit him up. Because he didn't even know I was there for a full half second. Crosshair centered on his chest. Fired one round. Connected one round. Held down the key. Expecting... And only silence came in response.
I'm sorry.
I could have won that. I didn't think. I didn't set it to full auto. I should have set it to full. I had a headset and an AKM and nice meds. I think I got another Salewa too, and I needed a Salewa. Damn it!
Marcus says that must sting.
Oh.
It does. Wow.
Okay, well, say la vie. What is that gonna do? Cause now I'm actually fairly low on gear now. I've only got like one spare SKS. I don't really want to use my stock of standard pistols. I don't want to use my fancy AKs right now, because I'm saving those for episodes. I would take that shotgun, except that's the one that I'm tinkering with for the Mechanics quest. So, SKS, I guess? I could Hatchie. I don't really want a Hatchie, though.
This guy says, Ken, get in touch with Audible right now. I want to hear you reading novels.
Once I get a few more credits, because I've looked into the process of applying as a reader for Audible, they want you to have a pretty good record as a VO worker to read for them, and I just don't have that yet. That is one of my goals, though, is to read for Audible, and that's part of why right now I'm just charging headlong at any chance I get to earn credits. That way I can start putting together my list of previous work. I can start sampling things to make a really good professional demo reel, and eventually do that, because I do really want to. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to do a thing, and I forgot. Oh yeah, I need to get mags for my SKS. Well, I have... I need to get mags. So, jeez, okay. What you got? Alright, give me 2 mags. Yeah, there we go. Now, give me a chest rig. Thank you. Okay. So let's... Where'd those go? Okay. There's one. There's one. Okay. Where is my ammo? There it is. Oh. I need more ammo. Alright then. Let's get that.
Sarah says, so do you have a demo reel now? If so, could you put it on YouTube, please?
I do not yet. However, I will once I have made it. I've got several like samples that are set to private that are much shorter clips. They're sort of hodgepodge right now, and I recognize they're not super ideal or super professional as far as industry standards go. That's one of my next things to fix. Once I do make a proper demo reel, though, yeah, I'm gonna put it up on my my personal YouTube channel, which right now has nothing on it, and it's probably just going to turn into my VO resources channel for anyone that may want to follow that. It's not really going to end up a content destination so much as it is just a place for stuff like demo reels and other such things. I may also put up every now and again like a compilation of particularly funny or otherwise noteworthy specific audition demos that I end up making. Like there was one a few days ago that I know she was really adamant that I apply for. It was amusing. Because usually,
thought it would be fun.
At least on Upwork, when you're scrolling through the various job listings, it's pretty monotonous stuff. It's just explainer voice needed for software company X. I need a voiceover for my YouTube channel Y, etc. ad nauseum. I need someone to narrate over a PowerPoint presentation for my college thesis. And yeah, they're all legitimate jobs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not disparaging them. They're not particularly interesting though. And then, scrolling past all of that dull monotony, you come across the phrase evil robot fox. And it's just like, whoa, okay, this one's more interesting. And it's for some startup animation studio that's needing a voice actor for one of the villains for their animated series, and I was just like, that one sounds like fun. So it's like 3 in the morning, we're sitting in our living room, and she's just like, shoot, go apply for that right now. I'm like, they want a specific audio sample for this audition. She's like, go record it now, do it. I'm like, alright. So I don't think I got picked for that one because the selections closed on Tuesday, and I haven't heard from them. So somebody else got to play the robot fox. Still though.
But it was fun to do.
It was.
Don't lie. Let's see. Pyro says, Ken, are you going to be one of those cool, nice voice actors that works in student/friend stuff if they ask nicely? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Absolutely.
Sure. Scarlett says, so how much did you record for Metro, and how much of it was weird?
Not much.
I don't know that it was. I don't know that it was really weird either.
No, it wasn't really weird. It was, I would say, just over. I think it was actually a total of 13 individual lines, and most of it was just the dialogue that you would hear as a player from the NPC that greets you at the start of the new area and sort of sets the scene for you about this place that you're going. So I got to sort of give the ominous, here's what you're in for. Although, the thing for... I won't give the name, because I want that to still serve as somewhat of a surprise. Some of you already know, although I'll preserve the mystery for those of you that don't care to go look it up, because it is on the credits page for the mod page. Still, though, the character that I am playing is a specific character homage to one from the Metro games themselves. And so, as a person that cares about the authenticity of a role, if it is indeed a role that I'm playing and not just giving a generic voice to something, I really wanted to make sure that I was doing it as much justice as I could to the original. And so I looked up the character dialogue from the original game for this person, listened to them for several hours to really get a mental feel for the cadence of their delivery, the tonality of the voice, the flow from one sentence to another. And it was hard in some respects because I could tell that the actor originally, while able to speak English, wasn't entirely familiar with the flow of English sentence structure, and so some of their line delivery was itself a little janky, and so I had to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I had to essentially compromise, and shit, there's a specific word that I'm looking for. I can't find it though. Anyway, I figure out, like, if they weren't having a little trouble stumbling over the script, how would they have delivered it more perfectly, and then try to do that myself, because I feel like that's a little more true to at least the intent of the character. And all that is to say, the character that I ended up getting cast for, the original actor has a higher pitched voice than I do, and so I had to elevate the pitch of my voice a little without going into a register that sounds fake. And that was hard. Like, for my first role, I had to kind of challenge myself. Pardon me. Alright, I think I'm good to go. And I was happy to do it. It was a fun learning experience. And that's really the way I looked at it all around, because they also needed, since it is for a mod, and so has to abide the coding needs of the way that the construction kit, you know, deals with audio files and stuff, individual sound files for each line of dialogue. And so I had to cut them up individually and time them so that, despite the cuts, if they were played in sequence, they would still sound like coherent speech, not the weird pausing that, honestly, I'll say some of the sloppier audio techs in some Bethesda games didn't really take the time to hash out and check on, because sometimes, like, you can tell where they left a little too much, like, no sound at the end of one of the lines, and so a character will say something and it really sounds like they're in the middle of saying a thing, and then the next line starts and they're just sort of staring at you for a second, and then they start into what their next thing is. Like, that's avoidable. You can prevent that from happening if you just pay a little attention to how much you're clipping at the start and finish of a VO line. Ooh, hi there.
So it says, just for fun, what would you have done for Evil Robot Fox?
I can't really do it right now because my throat's all jacked up. It was pretty close to something like this. I was going for a little deeper and more overtly sinister version of Arden Azunia, for anyone familiar with Final Fantasy 15. I saw that guy. I know he took off into the woods over here.
Noah says, "Lads, unfortunately, I've got to run and do some more vocal work. Take care, y'all, and I'll catch everyone later."
Alrighty, enjoy, man. Look forward to seeing that album when it drops. I feel like I'm sort of falling for this guy's trap right now. Even so. Yeah, me too. It is fun to know that you are all at once hunter and hunted. Ooh. Hey now. Alright. Someone's having themselves some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Did I manage to
Noah
sneak
says,
past someone?
you lot will be the first to know.
And that crack I'm hearing almost sounds like the snap of a supersonic round leaving a suppressed rifle. Because it doesn't have that low rumbly tone of a gunpowder explosion. It's just the snap. So it actually sounds more like a 22 LR going off. That's not a thing in this game, though. So
it says, voice actor practice. Google image search random people and or characters and try to give them a voice and personality based on their looks.
Yeah. That's actually something that I didn't realize I had done for a long time. I was just doing it for different reasons, in that as an avid D&D and now Pathfinder player, at the table I like to give my characters, if I'm delivering in-character dialogue, specific voices. And they tend to range fairly widely. So I've done that with characters that I've designed for years and years now. And I saw that same suggestion, and I was like, you know what? I kind of already do that. I'm just not going with randos. I'm going with D&D characters that I've made. And also, speaking of, for anyone else that has any interest in this sort of thing, it's also just intriguing on its own. I was telling her about this at lunch yesterday, I think. I came across a series on the Wired YouTube channel that is particularly fascinating. It's called Technique Critique, in which they get a linguistics accent expert to analyze and comment upon the accent delivery of, I think it was 32 in the episode that I saw, actors' accents in various films, and comment upon how accurate or less so they are, where they're consistent, where they're inconsistent, what one would in fact expect out of an accent from X or Y place. Did I kill him, or did he just prone? I cannot tell. I think I might have killed him.
Scarlett says, also your posture and stance can have a major impact on the characterization.
Absolutely. And even in the way that sound coming out of your mouth sounds, as repetitive as that is to say, just like the way that your chest is positioned, how like open or closed your posture is, affects the airways, and therefore affects the way that sound traveling through those pathways comes across. Which is why sometime soon I am going to convert one of the closets in our upstairs setup here into a standing recording booth, so that I can project a little more if assignments call for it. Because I do recognize that sitting here is not ideal for high projection delivery.
Scarlett says, here's a question. Why do so many British actors end up playing Southerners?
I don't know! I've had that same question myself. It's weird, isn't it? And yet they do it really well.
Well, from what I understand,
yeah,
Southern accents are actually closer to, like, Old English.
Yeah, like, that is what English farmers from, like, the 1700s would have sounded like more than modern, like, British English is these days. Which is weird to think about. God, I'm just picking on this poor guy. I think he's all, like, jacked up, too. Ooh, oh, he's got company over there. Uh-oh. 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 Alright, I need to reload now while I have time. Ooh. Did I drop my mag? Good, okay. I know I hit him. I saw a little red puff come off of him. I don't know why I'm taking the time to just pick on all these guys. I'm just sort of enjoying it. Call me a douche. You're probably right. I was hoping he would circle around over there. No dice, though. Oh, wait. There's Gimpy McGee. Having fun over there?
The answer is probably no.
Oh, I think I dropped him. Oh, nope, I didn't drop him. He just prone. Nope, that missed. Come on, SKS, don't fail me now. That one dropped him. Because he went limp. Alright.
Ghost says, hey, y'all, I'm back, sorta, listening as I drive home.
How's it going, man?
So it says, here's a top 10 of actors you forgot are British. I think around half play Southerners.
Yeah, there was a list like that that really surprised me, too. It was a list of actors you didn't know are Australian. Like, I didn't know for a long time, like, growing up as an American, that Hugh Jackman played freaking Wolverine. Freaking Australian, man!
Yep.
I had no idea. He's really damn good at masking that accent. Like, whoa!
And Ghost says, to those who know, what version of the game should I buy?
I do okay with the standard. However, I fill it real damn fast. So, like, if you've got the extra dosh to throw around, it would do good for you to get at least, like, one up from the standard for the larger stash size. Because that's really what you're paying for at the end, since all your other stuff is eventually just going to evaporate when they wipe servers. The larger stash is really the thing. Grab that, discard that.
So it says Jackman, Hemsworth, Mel Gibson, the list goes on.
Yeah. Mel Gibson is another one that surprised me. Because I knew him from the Mad Max days. And what's weird is, like, as a kid, I watched Mad Max, and I was so young, I didn't really know, like, what Australia was or what accents mean. Like, oh, that means they're from a place where people talk differently. I didn't really know. I just thought, like, some people just talk differently. I don't know why. I'm a kid. So I was aware of the fact that it was weird to then, like, to see Mel Gibson in Mad Max, and then to see him in Lethal Weapon, and he was talking differently. I'm like, well, he's an actor, whatever. I didn't realize that, like, the Mad Max voice, closer to his actual voice. I don't even know if he really altered it for Mad Max, come to think of it. Man, this is just a field of corpses.
Ghost says, okay, good to know.
And a fair warning to you, Ghost. This game is hard. It is
says
punishing.
The Mad Max cuts shown outside Australia were dubbed to remove the Aussie accent.
Really? That's weird, though, because some of the ones I saw, he did have an accent. Maybe a friend of mine had, like, an imported copy or something. That's weird.
Oh, okay. Oh, your armor is not good.
Yeah, my
you
armor
should switch to his.
Jacked up. Because I had some friends when I was growing up that were kind of film snobs, so they probably got the imported version. Okay. Yeah, Hemsworth is another one that surprised me. I wasn't sure what to make of his voice, though, because, like, I knew him primarily from the Thor movies. And, like, obviously he's putting on an exaggerated accent for that, so I had no idea what to think his real accent was after those. Oh, shit, I shouldn't go this way. I should circle around the long way. Because trying to cut across the lumberyard That's risky. That's a dicey move, it is. So anyway, circling around to technique critique, it was a really fascinating video that I only had the time to watch the first of. They have a few from what I saw, and I'm certainly going to watch the rest of them, because they were able to put into words and to dissect scientifically how physiologically certain accents work, as far as like what's going on in the throat and in the mouth when you're speaking in a certain manner. For instance, one of the ones that as soon as he said it out loud, I could like feel myself instinctively doing it to like, wait, really? And it's that when you think of the iconic New York accent, like obviously they do certain things to tweak on, like vowel sounds. However, for a lot of the harsh consonant sounds that you hear in a New York accent, and you hear this as well in like some Bostonian, of like the joke that I've done for years to sort of get myself into a New York accent is, can I have a quarter for some water for my dog? When you get to dog, it's that duh. It's because your tongue is actually pressing against your teeth, and that's what's causing the dog sound, as well as the tweak on the vowel afterwards. So anyway, yeah, what's up?
Okay, so Ghost wants to know, punishing in what way? I haven't seen too much. I've been really busy recently.
It is exceedingly realistic in terms of ballistics, which is cool, and the amount of damage that you can take. Like, if you get lit up, you're probably gonna die. And if you get lit up and live, and one of your legs is jacked up, you're gonna have a limp. And these maps are huge. So if you're not really able to limp your way to an extraction either in time or safely without just like limping across an open field and getting yourself picked off, you're gonna die. So like I said, this is definitely a game that favors... Ooh, I saw you way off in the distance out of the corner of my eye. A cautious approach. You cannot just go in guns a-blazing in this game. Like that thing I was doing a minute ago, just picking people off from a pretty exposed position, that was kind of stupid. It worked out for me. It probably shouldn't have, though.
Yeah. And Scarlett says, how is that, though? An Aussie playing a Norse god.
Yeah.
And if you want nightmares, look up Speaking in an MRI.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know if he's dead. Nope, he's not dead. And that's the other thing. You do not have hit confirmation markers in this game. It's not like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
It will not tell you that you hit them.
Nope, it won't tell you if you killed them either. Ooh, hey now, friend, how's it going? You just have to watch their posture as they fall over and gauge, does that look like they proned to avoid getting shot some more?
Or did they ragdoll?
Did they suddenly ragdoll? Sometimes you can really easily tell, other times not so much.
Yeah. Ghost says, nice, so in other words, fun! Stalker back again.
Yeah, a lot of people compare this to the gameplay of Stalker. Just a little more simulationist insofar as things like health and whatnot are concerned. How am I doing? Shit!
Are you...
Yeah, he blacked out one of my legs. Damn it. You know that limp I just mentioned? Yeah, I got one now. Alright. So one of the few gamey features in this is that, like, obviously if you were just stuck with this forever, like, it would really screw you over. You can take painkillers. Oh shit, I didn't assign these to hotbars. I should have done that. So, painkillers, and shake off a limp for a little while.
Not forever, though.
No, thankfully I don't have... Oh, shit. Alright, fine. I'm just gonna have to deal a little. I don't have an open bleeding wound, because you do have to bandage those up if you get them, and if you sprint too much with them, you'll tear your wound open again, and need to spend another bandage on it. Ooh, hi there, friend. Ah!
Ghost says, all good example.
Yeah, this is a learning lesson here. This is an instructional video. And, oof, I don't know if I have enough painkillers to make it all the way to my exit. I'm gonna have to limp part of the way.
How much time you got?
I mean, I have enough time. I have like half an hour still, though.
Still a ways to go.
I don't have any more painkillers. I do have more bandages, though, so if I need to... I mean, I don't have an open wound. I'm just... Because if you're really damaged and you sprint, it jerks your wound around and it does more damage to you. So you kind of have to take it at a leisurely, healthy pace. Except again, I'm working on a countdown now because I took my damn painkillers, so... So yeah, for Ghost, since you're new to this, the way that a match runs is you drop in, usually, pardon me, at a random location around a usually fairly large map. There's only one map, and it's Factory, that is comparable to that of most, like, you know, team deathmatch sort of games. Most of them are pretty friggin' huge. And so, let me double tap. Anytime you drop in, you have a list of extractions that you need to make it to ahead of that countdown. Because if you're still stuck in here when that countdown reaches 0, you're dead, son! And all the gear you got just disappears. So that's not good. Which means you need to run in, smash and grab, collect whatever gear and loot you can, and then get the hell out to one of the evacs. Now, I would argue that this game still falls short in terms of, like, giving players, especially new players, a reasonable idea of how to find evacs. You really just have to, like, stumble into them. And so right now, I'd call this a wiki game, which is to say, like, you need to look up third-party information on the maps to so much as get out of a match. That was one of my first critiques of it. I'm willing to look past it, though. Like, I would say the same thing about Minecraft. Like, you don't know how to craft shit in Minecraft unless you look it up, because the game doesn't certainly teach you. So, like, that's not, like, you know, a deal breaker or anything. It's just something to know. So one can spawn as either a PMC, which is your main character, that the stats you increase carry on from match to match, or as a scav, essentially one of the locals in this area. And those are essentially throwaway characters, that if they die, who cares? They, however, do not spawn with a container, which for me is this little alpha container because I just have the standard edition of the game. However, that's 4 slots that I can put anything into, and if it fits in there, even if I die, I'll still take it out with me to my main menu stash. So for at least small items or stacks of ammo or whatever, I can still make it out, and especially dog tags, because anytime you kill a player, you can pull their dog tag off of them, and dog tags are worth some serious money. So dog tags are always good to container. And that's more or less how this game runs. Eventually they are going to add a competitive mode in which one can completely kit up and then go head-to-head in more of a traditional competitive FPS manner against other players, and not have to worry about losing all of one's gear if one dies. And I'm looking forward to that. Because right now, it is a high-risk, high-reward setup insofar as gear is concerned. Because you can roll really hard, fully kitted up, and probably kick some ass. However, somebody like me right now, armed with an SKS, punching you in the chest, even if you've got nice ballistic armor with a 7.62, can still put you down pretty friggin' hard. Uh-oh. Like that. So, like, I've dropped people in Fort, which is the strongest armor in the game, with a standard little SKS like this, and I'm sure it was infuriating for them. That's what I mean, though, insofar as this game... Oh, shit, there goes the limp. My painkillers wore off. This game is punishing. Because you need to mind what you're doing. And gear helps. It does not guarantee victory, though. Ooh, Saiga 9 or... No, that's not even a freaking question. What am I talking about? 7 for you, all the way. Please tell me you have painkillers. Please, please. Okay. Painkillers in its pockets? Painkillers in its pockets. Not in its pockets. Shit. Alright. Uh-oh. And... Nah. Nah, damn it. Oh. Shit.
Ghost says, nice, sounds amazing so far. Can't wait to play.
Yeah, I really love this game. Like, I seriously do. And they added, this is a new feature as, like, just a week or so ago. Or maybe a little more now. I'm a little fuzzy on time. Once upon a time, you could, like in most games, look at your menu, and you could see how many rounds are remaining in your magazine. Because you can't do that in real life. You can't do that in this game anymore. Once upon a time you could. Now, after you fire the first round from your magazine, it sort of enters that fuzzy fog of war like, I think I know, unless you check your mag. And then it tells you down there in the corner about how much you've got left. So, unless you are mentally yourself counting the rounds in your mag, you've only ever got, like, an estimation of your ammo remaining. And speaking of, since I probably should... Oh, shit, I don't have any ammo for it. Wait, what are you? Are you 7.62? No, you're 5.45. Shit. I can't stash you in there. I would show you if I had any right now. I don't have any ammo for my mags, though. Once upon a time, you could just click and drag ammo into a magazine to refill it, and it would just happen instantaneously. Not so anymore! Now, it takes, a half second or so to click one round at a time into a mag to refill it. So, even if you're in a pinch, you can't just run and gun. Immediately, you'll just, quick scope your freaking menu to, stick ammo in, like I saw a lot of people doing in older versions of the games on gameplay videos. Now, if you empty your mags prematurely and, somebody closes on you, then you're kind of doomed.
Marcus says, I'm practically sleeping already while sitting. I'm gonna gotta hit the bed. Night, y'all.
Alrighty, have a good one, man. Damn it. Come on. Milk. I don't need milk. Ooh, that's a good key, though. I think that's one of the keys I need. I'll drink your milk. And check your pockets. Come on. Oh, I'm so exposed. So exposed. Come on. Painkillers. Yes! Gimme! Painkillers. Oh, good. Okay, good. I can move again. Alright. Okay. Good. This is what we called a good. Okay, now, let me make sure I haven't just run the whole wrong way. Okay, so UN Roadblock. I think I know where that is. Let me also check that mag. Almost empty. Shit. Okay. We gonna reload. Don't drop my mag. Did I drop my mag? Nope. Okay, good. Because if you don't have space in either your chest rig or your pockets, and you reload, since you don't have a place to put it, you'll just drop your mag. And in a pinch, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. If you don't want to waste your magazines, because some of them are a little pricey, obviously you don't really want to do that. I want to get to the exit ahead of my damn painkillers. Okay. And exits are always dicey because everybody's got to go to them. Uh-oh. Speaking of. That dude. Nope, that's just rubbery. Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't know if this is UN checkpoint or if it's the one a little farther down the road. I know it's one of these two. Come on. Oh, tell me it's this one. Yes, it's this one. Okay. All right, get on this side of the wall and cover the door. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Made it. So that is a completed run. And I'm going to get a decent score for that one, because I dropped quite a few scabs. Okie dokie. Holy hell. I killed 8 people.
Ghost says, keys, and finally going to buy and download now.
Good times. Yeah, keys are used to get into... this sounds stupidly obvious, although certain locked doors on each map, although they don't always tell you, well, they almost never tell you, what each key is for. So you kind of have to either, one, look it up, which is what you'll probably end up doing, or experiment and figure it out. Like this one, since it's a Yotota, which I think is their fictional version of Toyota, is I think the key necessary to get into a truck that I need to access to finish one of the tasks, which are the missions that merchants will give you to gain access to their higher tier stuff. So that's a good key to have that I didn't have at this point. So let's repair my armor. Here we go. And I'll repair that helmet. Why not? And we unload those. Refill them.
It's a second. Scarlett says, in DCS last night, I was in the F-15 going against unarmed Su-27 from maneuvering practice. Got a bit too close. My right wing shaved his fins. I killed them all and made it home, though.
Damn, nicely done. Also, cheers to whoever that was that just sounded the drums of subscription. Very much appreciated.
That might have just been a late.
Oh, was that like a super late
That might
thing
have
for
been.
him?
That might have been. I don't know. We'll see if anything else pops up.
I'll just stash that one in there for now. I always do well with AKS-74Us and SKSs. Like, they're really accessible because they're like a dime a dozen early game. So, alright, drop those there. I really don't need that many. I'll take them though. Oh, I missed a magazine. Stick my spare there. There. And I'll stash that one. There we go. So cool. All right. Yeah, I got more SKS mags than I know what to do with. So you know what? I'll just roll super hard. I'll take 3 full mags with me. I don't really need to. I'll do it though because I need to make freaking room. So anyway, Ghost, yeah, I don't know if you were here enough earlier to see the stash. This is what I was talking about, insofar as this is what you're paying for from one version to another. This is the standard edition stash, and you gotta fit all your stuff.
It's Ghost.
What?
Oh,
cool. Well, thank you, man.
He says, finally back to computer and a proper screen. And that was me. Can't subscribe on mobile.
Okay, gotcha.
Subscribed 11 months in a row.
Thank you very much, sir.
But he says, I'm
Always
happy the
appreciate
9mm in Killing Floor 2 got a buff and damage. So now I can make Gorefast's head explode in a single shot rather than 3 to 4 headshots. Thanks, Tripwire.
Good times. It's always a good feeling when your favorite gun in any given game gets an increase. Okay, let me give you that. Dorm room 2. You know what? Someone's probably going to scream at me in the comments of this export. I don't care. I'm selling it. I don't need it. I don't really screw around much with keys yet, so I don't need that one. I'm keeping the car key, though. Okay, so let me also make a little room, because this thing... Also, this is another thing, Ghost, that you're going to love. Let me just click into the gun modding screen. Yeah, all of these. It's almost like Blacklight Retribution, except with nearly Arma levels of simulationist combat. So, like, small wonder I love this game. So, throw on that grip.
Nice, not bad. I can't type. My brain is fried. Don't worry, we get ya.
It is all good, man. Trust me, feeling like hell like I do, it's a miracle I can even articulate myself. Okay, so... yeah. I think I'm good to roll. So let's do it. Since I don't think I've done much on Shoreline yet, I think I will. Yeah. Wait. 1,700? Oof. Yeah, that's only 5. I can do 5.
And Gus says, woohoo, that is awesome. I can't wait to play with it.
Oh, yeah. Weapon mods are a little hard to come by. They're definitely useful, though, especially optics. Like, that's one of the things I really want to get for my SKS. I forget which mount I need, because you need a specific mount to attach something like a reflex sight to an SKS. I used to have one. I lost it, though. I don't remember which one I need. And I also don't have the proper mount to attach the PSO scope that I do have to my SKS. I wish I could. Oh, I knocked something loose with that. Didn't feel good. Made progress, though. Because if I can get all this shit out of my system before it settles in my chest, I'll recover way faster. It's just not fun. Ooh, that made my eyes water. Ooh. Oh, that wasn't fun. You know when you cough so hard it like jerks on your chest muscles and you feel it all the way down your arms? That's what just happened. Okay. Whew. So, yeah, Ghost, I don't really want to on stream for energy purposes. Although, for much more chill stuff later, after stream, if you have any time or something later, I'd be happy to jump in a game with you and kind of show you the ropes a little. It's just for now, managing to muster up the energy for commentary for a stream is all I can do, even without accounting for someone else. So, for now it is solo. Once the camera closes, though, that can change. Okay, so what was I going to do? Like, I came here with a... Oh, yeah, I was going to make a run on the health resort. Okay.
Ghost says, yeah, gym definitely clears the brain, plus I already crashed this afternoon.
Okay, cool.
Bunny says, I hate typing on mobile, but anyway, Berserkers got kind of screwed. Their weapons cost more now. For example, the Eviscerator used to cost 1,100 dosh. Now it costs 1,300. That's a pretty big price hike.
It's like it's a little more than 10%, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a fair amount. Ghost says, absolutely. I will be on most of the evening plus night since I took a 3-hour nap today.
Oh, okay, cool. Then, yeah, once we close out, then give me a little while to get a drink and let my voice rest for a few minutes. And then, yeah, I'll show you the ropes a little bit. Because I am always happy to have more mates for Tarkov squad. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hi, friend. How are you? Oh, speaking of squads.
That's multi.
I'm just gonna hold still.
Just hope they don't see you.
Yep. I'm just gonna hold still because movement stands out more than anything.
And Ghost says, sweet.
Ooh. Okay, alright. Now let's see if I can tail these guys. Because if I can get good cover, I can pick these guys off. Because I have an SKS. And 762 punches like a freight train. Where'd they go? I think they went that way. I think they're making a run on Health Resort too. Alright.
Sarah says, I may be able to join too if you want.
Okay, cool, yeah. You get a 3-man going. Because like I said earlier, multiplayer OP.
And Bunny says, by the way, Eviscerator is a weapon that shoots saw blades. It is effing fun.
That sounds like some Borderlands shit. That being said, it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
Reminds me of your fave from the Fear days, the stake gun.
Let's be real, staking people to the wall was fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was. I blame you. I blame you. You are the reason that I found out that I liked horror games.
Yeah. And when it comes to the stake gun in Fear, 2 reasons I really like it. 1, cool factor. 2, it's pinpoint accurate. Like, it's an amazing DMR. So, it really suits my playstyle well, too.
Scar says Half-Life intensifies. Pyro says, got the upper torso of my Zaku done. That's enough Zakuing today. My hands hurt.
Oh, yeah. Model work is rough on the fingertips. Because once upon a time, I used to make models fairly frequently. Not nearly to the degree that my dad did. My dad was, like, super into model crafting for my entire childhood. And, like, he's the reason that I still have it in an attic. A, like, 3-foot-long model replica that is incredibly detailed and, like, hand-painted of the USS Midway, which is the aircraft carrier that my grandpa served on when he was in the Navy. So this is probably a stupid choice, just so everyone is clear. I saw 2 people that were obviously kitted up heading toward the health resort. I am only somewhat kitted up. And yeah, I have an SKS. That's good. They've probably got stronger guns than me, though. That's alright. We can take them. Probably. Maybe. Possibly. If I get lucky. Because as I learned in my early episodes of this game, conflict avoidance, that wins more than going head-to-head most of the time. Because you know how they say, you miss every shot you don't take. It's good advice. You should heed that advice. You know what else? You live through every firefight you don't start.
Yep.
That's more good advice. Speaking of.
But it says, not as fun as cutting a huge chunk off a Scrake and watching it twitch for a few seconds before dying. Scarlett says, whenever I saw blades laying around, all I can think is, what would happen if I frisbeed this at someone?
I'm not the only one!
You know, if you really want to, there's a Demo Ranch episode that's for that.
That's true. Oh, God.
If you ever wondered.
That is true, yeah. That's one of his older videos.
But it was fun.
It was. that was a good one. I forgot about that.
Scarlett says, I like that one, Ken. Celtic Knight says, Killing Floor creators try to find ways to add fun killing weapons in their games.
I mean, with a name like that, you know, you and everyone that got your game knows what you're about and what they are there for. So, you might as well go all in. And that's the thing that I feel about, because I've heard several people, like we had conversations about this in the community Discord a couple of days ago, about the new Battlefield 5 trailer. I have mixed feelings, because as a trailer it's terrible. It doesn't showcase the game well. However, the game does look decent, assuming that they go all in. Because clearly, historicity is not a chief concern this time around. It's not like Battlefield 1. Because they're going full crazy. Like, there was a dude with a katana, the chick with the cricket bat.
I'm still upset about that chick with the cricket bat.
Yeah, because she freaking died and then just reappeared.
She went down.
She
has weird blue face paint that doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, that's just the Celtic, like, warrior sort of thing.
I know, but...
there was a dude with modern graffiti on his kit, too. Mm-hmm. Like, that was a little weird. And you know what? I know a lot of people hate that. I really honestly couldn't care one way or another. I just hope that if that is the direction they're going, where they are setting adherence to true historicity aside, that they just go all in with it.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's the entirety of
everything. Like, if it's not meant to be taken seriously, if it is just a fun romp in a World War II setting, nominally, in which you have other toys that are a little more fun to look at, I'm totally okay with that. I hope they're honest about which way they go with it. Because if they still try to say that, oh no, this is like a documentary game that's really accurate the same way that one was.
No.
Yeah, from one trailer I can already tell you, no it isn't. So...
Let's see. So it says, it's not limited to saw blades either. My brain is always looking for inventive and heinous ways to bring my surroundings to bear upon mine enemies.
Not the only one. Because I have those same thoughts.
I think a lot of people have those thoughts. Well, there's an entire show about ridiculous, weird ways that people have died.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's the Darwin Awards.
No, I mean, like, there's, like, I don't remember what channel it was on, but it's literally going through actual, legit, like, documents of how people died in weird, outlandish ways and then recreating it animated.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know about that part.
Like, that sort of thing.
Like, it's something that I don't think a lot of people are comfortable addressing. It's just a fact, though. I mean, like, look at any entertainment outlet. People like Schadenfreude. Mm-hmm. Even lethal Schadenfreude.
Let's see. So it says, if she's supposed to be Celtic, why was she brandishing a cricket bat and not a golf club?
I don't know. That's a good
Buddy
question.
says 1,000 Ways to Die. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was thinking of. Let's see. Kelton says they do take levels from other games with permission, of course, to make their maps, along with some of their own. Especially working at Home Depot, you look around and see what can be combined to make a fun killing weapon.
Yeah.
And Pyro wants to know what Schadenfreude is.
It's amusement at others' misfortune. Mm-hmm. Which is, like, it's pretty much all slapstick comedy. America's Funniest Home Videos is, like... 100%. It's sold on this, like, oh, some dude got hit in the nuts amusingly, everybody laugh! Like, that's Schadenfreude. Uh-huh. And, like, from a critical standpoint, it's kind of like a low form of comedy.
Yeah.
It's a universal one, though.
Yeah.
Like, let's not pretend otherwise.
Yeah, there's only been one time, really, that I really disliked a video that was about that.
The table fall.
Because it was only one of them. Because it was a collection of, essentially, people jumping up on things, trying to do...
like tricks.
Tricks and stuff. But there was one of them in the collection that I'm just like, you need to take that out of the collection. Because somebody either died or just paralyzed themselves for life.
Yeah, like that was spinal damage in that video.
Because it was one of those that has the big round metal base of the table. Like one of those really tall kind of bar-like tables. And a dude was trying to...
Oh! I didn't even get to see what that cool gun was. Damn,
Right.
I got sniped.
And,
I didn't even hear the shot.
And
Oof.
in it, he tried to jump up. The table fell. And he hit at the back of his neck on the edge of the table base.
It wasn't his neck. It was right in the middle of his spine.
Or was it the spine? Was it
Yeah.
the spine? Well, he hit spinal somewhere on the edge of the table base and went utterly and completely still.
Yeah, like he went
Like,
totally
no
away.
sound, just limp.
So like,
And I'm like, he either just killed himself or he is now paralyzed.
oh, that's the underbarrel light
And-
for the Glock.
And I couldn't look at that and find it funny. Because I could tell just by watching it that I'm like...
Yeah, that one was real damage.
That was permanent. It's not just, ow, my, you know...
Oh no, my junk.
Yeah, and it wasn't just, you know, my pride is hurt more than anything else. This was stuff you're not going to heal from.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't find it funny. And Sarah says, example, this is a small plastic pen. I know how to kill someone with this.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah says,
magic?
Home Depot, the zombie apocalypse armory.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But he says, also, I want to kill a man by throwing a bullet at him.
Throwing.
Just throwing it.
Is that all Western saying? A throwing lead. Except literally.
I mean, I'm willing to laugh at people being stupid, you know? But not when they, like...
Well, it's like the skate videos where somebody tries a trick that is obviously like way above their skill level and then they just eat ass for it. And it's just like, yeah, what do you think was going to happen?
It's funny, but I draw the line, like my personal line is when somebody gets seriously hurt doing it. Because I'm like, I'm not personally okay with laughing at something like that.
Oh, excuse me.
But in general, it is pretty funny. I especially like, I feel bad for this because it was a little girl. But it was in one of Mark's try not to laugh challenge video, and it's the girl with the large dog on the end of the thing, and
Go! Blah! Face plant.
I'm just like, I feel bad because I'm sure she hurt after
Oh, yeah.
that. But it's hilarious. I'm sorry. It's hilarious.
She ain't gonna do that again.
No, she learned her lesson. For sure. I am upset. I can't figure out what's causing my problem on my webpage.
What?
This thing? Like, you see this? How it won't...
Oh yeah, it's not loading images.
And it won't load it.
That
Most
is
of the time,
strange.
I click refresh and it fixes it. Like, it'll fix that, but it's not fixing that. Also, apparently Java doesn't like 64-bit anything.
Really?
Like, it was like, oh, you're using the new 64-bit Firefox, so Java doesn't work. Like, the Java app to tell, you know, whether you have Java and which Java you have isn't gonna work. Sorry.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I first tried to do it in Chrome because I was like, I know there's a problem with that. And then, so I tried it with Chrome. And it's like, oh, Chrome does not support this thing. So you can't do it here. So I was like, okay, I'll just try Firefox. It also doesn't do the thing. I'm like, does anybody like you, Java? Like, seriously. I have been trying to fix my Java for months now.
That is strange.
I don't know what to do about it. I'm trying! And I think that's what's wrong with my OBS install.
Yeah, because OBS is freaking out, I think, because of Java stuff.
But I don't know. I can't make it do the thing. So it says, Bunny, well, if you wang a 30mm shell at someone hard enough, it'll do some damage. But he says there's a Doom mod called Too Many Super Shotguns, and one of the weapons is a shotgun shell, which, witch hammer, and you kill shit with.
Dude.
That's kind of awesome
cool.
sounding. Oh, should we tell them about that cool 3.0 sourcebook that we found?
Oh, yeah! Yeah, for anyone who's a Diablo 2 fan out there, I didn't even know this existed until we just came across it on the shelf at Half Price Books a few days ago. Did you know there is a D&D 3.0 module for adapting that game system to Diablo 2, complete with gear, randomized loot tables, and creatures.
Is really cool.
And classes, and races. Like, it's a full thing to play Diablo 2 in a tabletop 3.0 manner. It's really cool.
Also, apparently there was a Diablo 1 version for AD&D.
Yeah.
AKA second edition.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed. But it looks really cool and we bought it.
Yeah. You know what? I think
it's just the mention of Doom reminded me.
Yeah. It's got that same sort of like campy feel, you know.
Like the old fun for fun.
Yeah. Because Doom knew what it was about.
Oh, Doom
It didn't try to make itself out.
It wasn't pretending.
Like
Doom
it was anything else.
I'm sad.
Alright, I think I'm going to close out the stream with a customs run.
It's raining.
And, yeah. Because I can feel myself kind of waning in energy, so I don't want to overdo it. Also, Ghost, a note for you. What I'm doing right now. One can insure one's gear so that if one goes down in match and someone
doesn't take your stuff, you
if
might
they don't
get it back.
Take it, then you'll get it like the next day, or faster if you shell out more to go through one of the other insurers. I just always do the default because it's cheapest. So that's a good thing that I've seen a lot of folks do, and I've started doing this whenever I play with some of the other folks, is if you're with a squad and one of your squad mates goes down and you know they've got like good insured gear, go pick it up and then just go like drop it in some shrubbery somewhere where it's effectively invisible. No one will ever find it.
Because as long as you don't leave the map with it, they'll get it back.
Exactly.
And Ghost says, cool, I got a lot to learn.
Oh, yeah. Every time I've streamed this game, I've learned something new about it. Because for one, Lady Nocturne is the one that got it for me. Again, cheers. Thank you very much for that if you're still here. And like her and several others have told me various little things that, again, the game doesn't teach you. That's the one thing that I'll critique about this game. It does not do a good job of teaching you how to play itself. Many of our folks here in chat, however, have made up for that. And so each time I've streamed it, I've learned something about it.
Yeah. Pyro says, customs run sounds like something you do if you missed a parcel. And let's see, Bunny says you didn't want a nighttime?
No, I didn't think this was...
I think the other one was the noon, not midnight. I think this is 8 at night. Unless the day-night cycle really is just screwy.
Because I don't feel like I've had this weird, skewed expectation to result thing.
Of course, it could just be that we're both really tired.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
Not feeling good, and
like
maybe
I'm not paying attention and I'm doing shit wrong without realizing it. I don't know. This is weird.
Bunny says games like Doom and Duke Nukem did not give a shit. It was about guns, gore, and giving everyone the finger.
Hell yeah. The thing is, though, like, aside from a niche audience these days, I don't think games like that really sell well anymore.
No. But that's because gaming was kind of niche back then.
It was, yeah. And it did cater more primarily to the unabashed all about what it looks like on the tin sort of crowd. These days, gaming is a much wider spectrum of consumers.
That's
like-
not to say games like that can't do well.
Oh,
They
no.
definitely can. I
Like-
just think that they have to.
From what I understand, the new Doom is,
Okay,
in
so-
spirit, pretty comparable to the old one, in that it's really about just, like, unabashed action and gore all the time. And, like, it's got more story than the original ever did. However, it doesn't, like, linger over long on that and try to turn itself into a story game.
Yeah.
So, like, that was a good marriage of, like, modern standards with an old spirit.
Scarlett says, 0800 is 8 a.m.
Yeah,
and
that's 8 in the
20
morning.
is 8 p.m. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Because you clicked on.
yeah. So I was expecting more light than this.
Because 8. Okay, question. Does anybody know? Is sunrise at like 9 a.m. in Russia? Actually, you know what? I'm going to look that up. 'Cause
When does the sun rise in Russia?
Because this is going to drive me nuts.
I know I saw a dude over there.
And
I don't know if I dropped him. I know I shot him. I don't know if I dropped him. Oh.
Oh. Sunrise in Moscow, Russia is at 4 a.m.
Whoa. Alright, I assume, like Norway, that probably changes depending on the time of year, though.
Yeah, I think that's this time. of
Oh,
year.
like today.
Right now, like
Okay.
summertime.
Gotcha.
And that's true because in Norway, the further up north you are, the less time you spend at night in summer. Like there's a point at which far enough north the sun never really sets. It just sort of hovers down at the edge of the horizon, then comes back up again. Scarlett says, "I thought that was Corvega in the distance."
I know what you mean.
What time of year is it supposed to be?
I don't know. Shit, I'm worried this guy's lying in wait for me. Oh, wait, no. I think he's right here. Good, I did drop him. Okay, cool.
And
Taking that tag.
is it
Ooh.
fall maybe?
That's a nice little clean you got there. I've never had one of those. Is that a type of PP91?
Okay,
I
so
don't know. I have that IFAC though. Ooh, that's empty. Okay. You know what? I'll just drop you on 7. Cool. Alright, what are my evacs? Evacs are Crossroads and Trailer Park. I'm not super familiar with where either of those are.
So in September in Moscow,
Oh shit.
like it's daytime from around 5:30 in the morning to 7 at night. And other than, let's see, December. What's it say about December? 8:40 to 4.
Gotcha.
So 8:40 in the morning is daytime in December. So unless this is wintertime, in which case I'd expect snow,
Yeah.
then it doesn't really pan out to it actually being 8 a.m. So I'm thinking something's up with our time.
Yeah, I think the day-night cycle is glitching out a little.
Because
Because like I said,
I looked
usually
it up in an attempt to make it make sense. It doesn't.
whenever I've played this, if I spawn in, oh jeez, having just picked a time, I don't have that weird feeling of, wait, this doesn't look like the time I picked. I've usually felt like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
So it's
I think
weird.
there is something going on there. Bunny says, also in Doom there's another mod called Russian Overkill, and there's a gun that shoots fighter jets that drops bombs and crashes into the enemy. That's an awesome mod.
Okay.
Let's see. Scarlett says, any idea if this game will include environmental hazards like cold and wet? That would be brutal.
I don't know. It would not surprise me at all.
If at some point they put in, like, you could freeze or...
Yeah, that would not surprise me in the least, knowing this team. I haven't heard them mention anything like that. I wouldn't put it past them, though.
No.
Okay, so, Ghost, for instance, this is one of the doors that you can get
Unlock.
through if you have a key. And it's useful for this map, because if you don't have the key to get through that door, then you got a little hike to get around. And Is that a dude? Okay, that's machinery. Crossroads and trailer park. Shit. Do you still have the customs map up?
No, but I can get it.
Okay, because I'm not 100% sure where these are.
Okay, but it says there's another weapon that shoots bullets and rockets. Nice. Okay, so what are we looking for?
PMC exit, Crossroads, and trailer park.
PMC exit, Crossroads, and trailer park. Okay, so that's green. I found trailer park.
Okay.
And Crossroads is apparently both.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. They're both right next to each other, basically.
Okay. Where are they?
Let me know when you're ready to look.
1 second. Let me get over here where I am not likely to get sniped in the dark. Okay.
Okay. Trailer park. Crossroads.
Okay. So...
I have no idea where you are.
I think I'm on the other end of the map from that. Because I think I'm over there next to military checkpoint.
Did you want to see where these other ones were and see if they were open?
That's always a dicey prospect. Are you ready for a block and smuggler's boat? I'll pass the smuggler's boat on the way.
It's up here.
I'll check that, I guess.
And then... And that's way down here, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's way out of my way.
Try the smuggler's boat on the way.
Yeah, I'll try it. It's on the way. Assuming I'm reading my position correctly. I think I am. Because for some reason on customs, I always tend to get turned around.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
Like, shoreline and woods, I know, like, really well now. For some reason, customs still eludes my full comprehension.
I don't know.
And, like, right over there is actually one of the scav exits.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, off in some little sneak-snalky corner. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, I was on full auto. I don't want to have a repeat of the other time. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, cool. Ooh.
That sounds potentially dangerous.
Yeah, that's close-ish. That's someone with another little 7 for you. Did I just see someone on the roof? Or was that a tree? I think that was a tree. Alright.
I don't see anybody. I just see trees.
Yeah. See, this right now, like, I am right now what I am scared of whenever I'm inside dorms. And that is to say, someone that can look inside of those illuminated rooms from out in the dark, where if you're inside, you cannot see them. And they'll just light you up, and I've seen it happen. Ooh, yeah, someone's having fun over at the entrance.
No,
I'm just gonna
thank you.
Circle wide. Actually, I think that's happening over at construction zone. Actually, do I really have much? Yeah, I got that little clean. Got an IFAC. Not much of an IFAC. Oof. Yeah, someone's having a jolly old time up there. Part of me wants to scavenge off of them, although part of me is also wondering if maybe they're rolling a little harder than me.
They might be.
I'm only hearing what I think is 545 shots, though, so...
I cannot tell. So, don't ask me for opinions on that particular matter.
I'll see if I can spot them from up here, because sometimes on some of these rises you can get little peaks into the construction area.
Be very careful. And the sun is pretty, or rather, the moon is pretty high in the sky.
Yeah. So I've actually got somewhat okay visibility. And, like, I have a flashlight, yeah. It's just...
But I don't want to give it... I don't think it's smart to give away your position unless you have to.
Yeah, because that's just advertising. I'm here! I'm here! Come kill me! Come on, do it!
Scarlet is BRB, getting noms.
Alrighty, enjoy it.
That was my translation. Did not say getting noms, that was me. Pardon me.
Alright, well, if I am correct, then the smuggler is just over here. Let me check this first. Anything in here? Nope. Alright.
Are you gonna try the smuggler's boat? Is that where you're trying?
Yeah, it's like right over here.
Somewhere by the water.
Yeah. And if it's not here or working or whatever, I may go see if I can get the drop on those guys. Because it's still a pretty good haul to get to the other evacs, and I don't have much to show for my time right now. So it wouldn't actually cost me all that much to go and maybe die. I don't even see a boat.
Is that it?
No. That is a tire.
Those are tires. This light is the light I have, like,
Oh, me too.
a ridiculous time trying to see in.
Same.
Maybe it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know if it actually, like, leaves. I just don't even know if it was even here in the first place. So, anyway.
It would make sense to me that if it, left, like, maybe that's why it's a times thing. Like,
Yeah.
why only, like, one person can get on it, because the boat literally leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it sounds to me like the group that was over here have now pressed on farther, so...
Are you just gonna head to the... Let me see.
I'm gonna see if I can pick up any
Crossroads?
scraps that they left.
You heading for the crossroads after this, or the trailer park?
Either one.
'Cause I'm not sure what
They're pretty
custom
close.
spawn means.
This is the area you spawn in.
So that's not necessarily dangerous.
Hi there.
That's not inherently dangerous, rather, is what I mean.
Grabbed ya. Now, the question is, did you have any friends?
I don't know.
You had one.
Not anymore, I take it. Well, it's sunrise, apparently.
Yeah, so, I mean, at least there's that.
The day-night cycle has to be messed up. I can't think of any other reason for it to be like that.
Yeah, that's my thought. Vita juice. Ooh, suppressor. And a cobra sight. And a key. What key is that? Dorm guard desk key. Dude. Chug that Vita juice. Alright, cool. Alright, I got a cool key. And a suppressor. I'm out. Now this run is worth it.
Alright, go! So are you going for Crossroads or
Yeah.
Trailer Park? I think Crossroads is closer.
Where exactly is Crossroads again?
It's in the back part of Custom Spawn.
Oh, yeah,
over
okay.
here.
I know where that is.
Because Trailer Park is down, but I don't...
Yeah, from my angle
like,
of
you
approach,
would end
though,
up being backed onto the water. You
I
wouldn't
know.
have anywhere to go.
that's okay, because from my angle of approach right now, I'm actually going to come in closer to Trailer Park.
Yeah?
Because I'm avoiding the bridge, which is a friggin' sniper magnet.
Of course it is.
So... I don't want to go in the light. Oh, what? What?
This is the RUAF
Oh.
block.
Oh! Okay, cool. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It was right here. Yeah, it's right on the block.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Right across the
Yeah, my old
river from
plan
the
was to cut
trailer.
across the north. I didn't think about the fact that I just cut south to go and try to scavenge off
But
on
you
those
did
guys.
it. You did
Yeah,
it. Congratulations.
okay, cool. I'll take it. Neato. So,
It has
I killed
done.
a player in this give. This is good day. Oh, pardon me. Oh, man. Again, I apologize to anyone that hates, like, sounds from people that aren't just talking. I know I've made a lot of unpleasant ones today.
We
Trust me,
apologize. We're
it
sorry.
It is no more pleasant for me than it is for you, I assure you. Okay, refill that mag. Do. Fold you. Do. And...
That's useful.
Yeah. Come on. Menu. Work with me here. Okay.
It says no. Clearly, it says no.
I'm going to stash you and you. We're going to sell you. I'm going to hang on to you.
What's
you
the...
That's shotgun shells. I don't know why I grabbed those. I'm going to PP 91. What are you chambered in? 9x18? So that's... Oh, that's Makarov rounds. Oh. Cool. Okay.
Gonna put that one up there?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to reorganize this a little more here in a little while.
Off camera, probably.
I'll do that off camera. For now, though, let me just repair my auto mode, and I'll take that back in because that's essentially like an extra bandage. So cool. All right. Once again, my 7.4U does me well. So let me sell that tag. Ooh, 17 grand. You, sir, were worth some money. This is good. This is good for me. Sell that extra stack of shotgun shells, because, again, I don't know why I grabbed those. I have so many. And I think that's it. Cool.
All right.
So, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know I've played a lot of this. Again, I'm just feeling really and this is an easy game for me in terms of, like, ease of streaming. Because it's one that, at this point, I know, I enjoy, and I can just sort of flow without having to try and, like, figure stuff out along the way or voice a lot of characters. This is a game that is not a hardship for me to stream. And so especially if I'm feeling like crap like this is a comfort. And I really didn't want to have to miss all of the streams in a week, because we already had to miss the one midweek because I was already feeling like shit. And I didn't want to have to do that again. So
yeah.
It was either this or nothing. And,
so this it was.
Yeah. So yeah, plans for this coming week. I have some more VO stuff to do. I have a lot more this side of the curtain work to do for the side channels that we're working on. We're going to appraise you guys of the news regarding those once they are ready. We're hoping to have one of them ready to go probably next weekish, maybe late next week, depending on how long it takes to get certain things done.
Yeah.
Because some of it is content migration from the main channel to the side channels that are made for them, and that
content migration. It takes forever.
Yeah, content migration takes a long time because there isn't an integrated manner of doing so through YouTube at the moment.
Yeah.
I wish there was. Even if you have a unified brand channel to access all of them with, you still can't just transfer one video from one account to another. You have to re-upload it and then either private or delete the original, and it's a hassle. That's the way we have to do it, though, so we have several hundred videos to move. So that's going to take a while.
That's,
yeah. And that's still with the ongoing content migration for Last Level live streams, the archive channel for all of these. So, yeah, apologies. I know it looks like not much is going on with the channel these days. Take our words for it, though. We are working hard. It's just unfortunately stuff that isn't super visible to you guys yet.
yeah.
It will be soon. It's just not ready yet. Yeah. So that once my voice recovers, then I'm going to get into the recording swing again, because I've still got stuff like Hunt Showdown, Fortnite, PUBG, all that I really want to do soon. So those are all high on my priorities lists. As well as resuming series that I had ongoing and stuff of that nature. So, as soon as I'm able, that is the name of the game. So, we will catch you all sometime next week. Thank you all for your patience and for joining us this evening. I am Kinsler Mark here at Last Level Press.
I'm Violeta.
And as always, we wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.
Bye!
I need a drink.
My throat hurts.
Me too. Oh, man.
Drinkage time.
Throat is raw! Raw!
Wow.
Law.
Stop.
You know the law. I am the law.
And I married you. That's right. You no work for me. Okay.
Oh, I only hit end game. I didn't actually hit stop streaming, did I?
Oh.
I'm a little rusty.
You saw nothing!
I only closed the game!
Nobody sees anything!
This stream cut a minute ago. All of this is an illusion, a craft of your mind.